Colts marching band performs their fight song to Riverview.
That's because that had an arc to it. It doesn't mean anything.
Like a legendary Ron Animal leading the charge. I can't believe he's still there.
I can't either.
Keep the cheering going as the band plays the Hay song.
I don't know if you played basketball, but we played 3-on-3 last night. Okay. You brought these kids up from, one kid up from Fry. He's talking about Legion, he's talking about, like, all these kids I knew that played Legion. Like Jeremy Nash and...
He probably didn't play, he just knew.
Yeah, he probably.
Who would be? The only other Devin I can think of is Devin Flowers, but I don't see him ever playing basketball.
Another guy's name's Tim Chomey.
He's that's about the great one. Sort of who that is.
He lives over in the Dublin area, I think. That's it.
He's
Neptune Lane or something.
Oh, I know exactly who that is. Yeah, right off the interstate. But Johnny has to be able to like I forget where his name is. I just can't picture it.
Please rise, remove your hats for the playing of the Star Spangled Banner. Flag raising ceremony by Vaudeville VFW Post 3760 and Artillery.
Good evening and welcome to Byesville, Ohio. It's Friday night and there's something going on in Byesville tonight. And it's Friday night football as the Meadowbrook Colts host the Riverview Black Bears in a big school versus small school MVL tilt. And as you can tell, the main man, Tommy Strasser, isn't leading the broadcast tonight as he's traveling to see family. And when the big dog is out, your primary play caller, you got to dig deep and find an old QB number 1 for the Colts. And I got one here, and none other than Colts standout, Kyle Winland. So, Kyle, we got a big game here tonight. Obviously, you've been a part of this. It's kind of been a budding rivalry as Meadowbrook leads all-time 14-11, thanks to the closer Kirby Graham for dropping that statistic down for us. You've been a part of this rivalry, both good and bad, and what's it like being out there on the field playing against a team like Riverview that's always tough, physical, hard-nosed kids?
Exactly right. Riverview is, throughout the years, they're always tough. They'll come up and stick you, and they'll let you know that they're here.
Yeah, and the last time these two teams played was, they didn't play last year, but they played in 2019, and Meadowbrook picked up a, I want to say, 45-26 victory off the top of my head, and it was pretty much all of those adjectives we described and then some, as it definitely got chippy and it was definitely a physical game. We'll thank our sponsors for tonight, Pure Love Bakery, GB Roofing, Main Screen Printing, and Graham Excavating. So looking ahead to tonight, Kyle, I know you haven't been probably as fortunate as I have to see as many of Meadowbrook's games as I have this year. What do you expect from the Colts tonight?
I expect a lot of offense. I think every win they have is over 40 points. So look for them to come out, throw the ball, and get into space and be on this turf and, again, score a lot of points.
Yeah, that has been the MO, and a big difference last week was for the previous 3 weeks as the Colts are entering 3-1 to the contest, a Riverview coming 2-2. The Colts have had that first 3 weeks. They struggled in that opening quarter, struggling and got down 2 and 3 touchdowns, but they quickly put that to an end last week against Crooksville as they jumped down to a 35-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. So I'm sure Coach Norman's talking to his crew, and they want to get things going and get started at the very beginning.
There's nothing better than a fast start, and especially this week, I know from Meadowbrook, they had remote learning, and it being a fair day, their schedule's all mixed up. So definitely getting to a fast start is key for tonight.
Yeah, and if you want to talk about rivalries, Meadowbrook has one coming up next Friday night at John Glenn at their John Glenn High School field. As walking in front of us down in front of the Meadowbrook fans was a group of John Glenn players who unfortunately they're not playing tonight at Coshocton as COVID canceled that game. So next week they're at at John Glenn. So that should be a super exciting game as you see the Colts exploding out through the crowd here, ready to play, as we're only less than a minute away from kickoff. So that, again, this you could look at might be a little bit of a trap game. Hopefully these kids aren't looking ahead, because John Glenn, obviously, their last game, they stunned the world, I would say, with a 49-0 victory over Sheridan. So this could be a trap game for Meadowbrook if they don't come out that fast start.
And I know it's week 5, but playoffs are always on the mind, in my mind. And Meadowbrook comes in here, I think, 7th in their division, and Riverview's 18th, I think. So always keep that in the back of your mind. I think they take 16 teams now.
Yep. So definitely a lot different than back when you played. Obviously, it was, I believe, 8 at that time.
Exactly right.
So, I mean, now double that. So it definitely gives an opportunity for more kids to get exposed to playoff atmosphere football as the officials are huddling at midfield, and we're about ready for opening kickoff as the horns honking here at Eugene Capers Field. So we're expecting a great contest here between two rivalries. Missed last year, of course, because of the condensed schedule, but these guys are by far not strangers, as they were ECOL rivals, and both came, as Riverview came back to the MVL because they left the MVL to join the ECOL. Now they're back, and the Colts have jumped to the MVL as well, as it looks like the Colts are going to be kicking off to the Black Bears here to start the contest. And I think Riverview's kind of prepared maybe for a little bit of an onside kick, as they got 8 of their guys lined up within 15 yards of the football of the tee. And it looks like Meadowbrook's got a welcome addition back, as I believe Garrett Millum is back at kicker. So if everybody remembers him from last year, he was the onside kick specialist, so to speak, for the Colts. And he's going to knock that one down to the 27. Return here out to the 38 by Orrin McKee. An 11-yard return. Colts do a good job defending it there.
Yeah, that was good coverage, hustling down there and making a secure tackle.
And more good news for Colts fans is senior Cale Flowers is back in the lineup at linebacker, even though he's got that right arm, wrist, hand area kind of cast up a little bit, but he's going to tough it out. So Carter Fry, quarterback for the Black Bears. They're in shotgun formation. Cruz Mobley back in the backfield with him. 3 receivers out to the right. There's the handoff to Mobley. He's going to fall forward, be drugged forward for about, looks like about 3-4 yards on the play.
Yeah, they hit him about the line of scrimmage, but his momentum carried him for about 4 or 5 yards there.
So it's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Black Bears here, as they're going to huddle up. So something that we won't see the Colts do at all tonight, as they get the signals from the sidelines. But Riverview trying to control the tempo and the pace, and slower this game is, probably the better for them. Drops back, fires, looks deep down the field. 13 hauls it in, and he's going to get tackled at the 10. That was Slater Samsel on the reception. So a big play there as Carter Fry hits Slater Samsel. And I'm going to have to take off my shoes to figure out how many yards that was. From the 42's 8 plus another 39, 47-yard completion there.
Yeah, that's a nice ball by the Riverview quarterback there, Fry, and led him to the outside shoulder and got some nice big yards there.
Reminiscent of a number 7, I think it was, for Meadowbrook back in the day. There's an inside handoff. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks a second. Then Eubanks is going to bring him down. That was number 12, Jamal Watts, on the carry. He's going to get a yard on the play.
Yeah, Romeo had him in the backfield, but the good Colt pursuit was able to chase him down for 1 or 2 yard gain there.
So again, Riverview's huddling up, taking their time. Receivers already know their routes as their trips to the left this time. Fry hands it off, I believe it's to Mobley. He's going to, again, get hit, but he's going to fall forward. So he does a good job of keeping his feet, and when he's going down with his momentum heading towards their end zone. He's going to pick up, it looks like 4 yards we're going to give him on that one.
Yeah, McManaway filled the hole with just Riverview's tough and physical, and seems like they're falling forward on every run right now.
And you'll hear that a lot, folks. McManaway filling the hole. He comes in like a lightning rod on a lot of his hits. Shotgun. Fry's dropping back, looking, he's scrambling out. Breaks 1, then gets tackled down. 52. Joel Wagon on the hit, so it's going to be 4th and short for the Black Bears.
Good pressure in the backfield there. I couldn't catch the number, but there was good pressure, and quarterback escaped the pocket and got what he could.
And so Riverview, first big play of the game, is a 4th and a long 2, long or short one, long 2, we'll say. And I believe that's Fry's going to keep it up the middle, and he has got the first down at least. No signal from the officials. And there it is, touchdown from Fry, a 3-yard touchdown run.
It looked like Riverview just quick snapped the ball right there, QB sneak right up the middle, and everybody just pushed on the quarterback into the end zone.
So with a 3 minutes and 1 second drive, Fry gets in from 3 yards out on the, like you said, the quick snap. And now we got Gage Summers kicking the extra point here for the Black Bears. And it's no good, wide left. So it's 6-0 Riverview. So if you're a Riverview fan, you got to love the start. If you're a Meadowbrook fan, well, it's okay. We've seen this movie before all year, where the Colts, except for the last week against Crooksville, where they kind of dug themselves a hole, and 2 of the 3 times they were able to overcome it. But now, unfortunately for them, the trend kind of starts. The other team scores first, but the Colts are going to get the ball, and we'll get to see what they have on the offensive end here.
Yeah, Riverview's no stranger to scoring points. Their 2 wins, they scored over 40 points also. So we could have a shootout on our hands tonight.
Shootout at the Colt Corral. It won't be the first one this year, as a mere 2 weeks ago, the Colts and the Bobcats put on an ESPN-like game of the week, with the Colts pulling off the 48-46 victory that I'm sure a lot of people remember that were in the stands and listening to us here on the KGP network.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to make it, but watching it on the KGP network, it was a great game. It'd been even better here in this atmosphere.
Yeah, and it's always great now. We have the full capacity. Hopefully it continues with all the increased cases and everything. It's great having everybody being able to attend the game and root on their family members and their favorite players. It's great for the community and great for everybody to be together and enjoy these contests. High pop fly on the kickoff. Dorsey's going to have it at about the 20. And he's been the big special teams ace for the Colts, as he's going to race out into about the 40-41 yard line, but there's a flag at the 34. More than likely probably a block in the back or a hold on the Colts. But we'll see from the officials.
I know Romeo caught that ball. He is full speed going, and I thought he had a lane until that 51. Who's 51 here?
And of course, we don't have a number for 51, so congratulations, 51 for Riverview on the tackle. Unfortunately, that happens sometimes with the rosters we get. So it is going to be, the flag is going to be on the Colts. So instead of starting at the 41, they're going to start all the way back at their own 25-yard line. But I'm sure with Meadowbrook, they're not too concerned about where they start. It's about where you finish, and they're planning on finishing in the end zone here. So Hupp, as usual, in shotgun formation, bop in the backfield. Little bubble screen to, I believe, Eubanks. Yep, it's Eubanks, and he races, picks up the first down. Actually, they started at the 20. He got to about the 32, so it's going to be a 12-yard completion on the bubble screen to Eubanks.
Yeah, got some good blocks out there by the receivers. McManaway got a good block out there, and he's able to get the edge.
And we got a quick flag here. So the Colts might have played a little too fast possibly here. We might have a false start. Or the referees just need a breather already, and they threw the flag just to slow the game down a little bit.
I do say the turf has, what, about 10 degrees?
Yeah, it definitely isn't colder than it is up here in the press box, that's for sure. Yep, and we're going to have I don't know what, it looked like a delay of game call, but they did call delay of game. I guess, did somebody, not really sure how you can call that a delay game. I don't know. Did a player hold the football for too long and didn't let the official set it, or what? So interesting call here early in the going, as 1st and 15. Hand off the ball. He's racing the outside, finds a lane, breaks a couple tackles, gets back to about the original line of scrimmage. So we'll give him a 4-yard gain on the play. So Sam Bopp, not one of the biggest kids out there, but definitely not afraid to run in there and mix it up with the big guys. Up looking, firing underneath. I believe that's McManaway. He's going to have a first down. Breaks one before number 11, Orrin McKee, is going to drag him out.
That was a great read by Hupp. I mean, there's nobody around 10 yards around him right there on that reception.
So that's going to go down as a 24-yard completion for McManaway. And it's going to be another Colts first down. Hup's going to keep this one. He's going to find a hole, get to the first down. It's going to be close.
Another
I
flag.
think, and we got another flag. And this one could be on the Black Bears, early guess at least.
Hupp did a good job there following his blockers up to the middle.
So we're going to have a 9-yard gain on the run. Now it just depends on what the flag's going to be called. And it is. Yep, and it is on. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty, so now the Colts are down to about the 20, maybe just inside the 20. It's going to be right at the 20.
Yeah, it looked like the officials called targeting there. Must have led with the helmet.
So both teams looking good on the offensive end here in the early going as the Colts are in the red zone, 1st and 10 at the Riverview 20. Shotgun formation. Hupp with Bop in the backfield with him. And there's a handoff, fakes it. And Hupp's got a first down, leaps and over, man. He's going to have it down to the 4, maybe the 3-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal Colts.
Yeah, Hupp did a great job there reading that defensive end, number 72. He saw him coming upfield, so he just stuck his foot in the ground and went back up the middle.
So 1st and goal Colts from, we probably could say even the 5, hand off the Bop, and he's quickly met there. Number 4, Mason Giffen on the hit. So no gain on that play. Now 2nd and goal. So it took Riverview 4 plays when they got inside the goal situation. Colts now 2nd and goal from the 5, so they have 3 plays to get 5 yards here. Pistol formation now. McManaway in the backfield a little bit. He'll go in motion as the H-back. Fakes the handoff. He's got an open man, 2 of them actually, as he fires it in. And that is Trayvon Mayo on the 5-yard touchdown reception.
Yeah, that was a good fake by Hupp. Was able to get the linebackers secondary all looking in the backfield. And Mayo and I think even McManaway was both open there in the corner of the end zone.
So 2 minutes and 22 seconds later, Meadowbrook quickly rebounds with a Hupp 5-yard touchdown pass to Mayo. And if you didn't watch us last week, you saw a new wrinkle to this Colts team as Cam Morrison's been kicking the extra points, and that one's going to be blocked. So we're even at 6 now here as we're almost halfway through with 6:37 to go. So we will take a quick break, but before we take the break, we'll thank our sponsors, Pure Love Bakery, GB Roofing, Main Screen Printing, and Graham Excavating. We'll be back after a short break from our sponsors with more Meadowbrook football. All right, welcome back. The Colts ready to kick off here. 6:37 to go. Millen with a little punch kick. Dropped, and he's going to fall on it. It was number 11, Oren McKee, name we've said a lot here today, as he's going to fall on it at the 35. So the Colts have their little secret weapon, Millen, who had a hip injury earlier this year, back, and they're using with what he does best, the little pooch kicks and kind of slap kicks and getting the odd bounces. Actually, they're going to give it at the 33 now, so Riverview's got it at their own 33. Fry and Mobley still in the backfield together. Single receiver on the left. Slater Samsel, the one who caught the big pass on the first drive, as the handoffs to Mobley. And he's going to pick up 3.
Again, Riverview is able to seal the corner on the edge and is able to pick up 3-4 yards.
So again, taking their time. The receiver's already set up, though. As Samsel's by himself on the left side. They got trips up to the right. Fry taking his time, making sure everybody's set. Receives the snap. Here comes the screen. Bubble screen, and it's incomplete. Pass to Watts, Jamal Watts.
Yeah, I was just going to say, those outside receivers there to the trip side, the outside receiver, the most inside guy, they are back about 4 yards. So expect some screens to the inside guy or maybe to the outside guy.
Yeah, they saw how it worked for the Colts on the screen to Eubanks, so they thought they'd give it a try. Successful for the Colts, wasn't successful that time for the Riverview Black Bears. Fry's got it. Looking's got a screen. Hits Mobley. Good job by Brady McManaway. Wraps him up, helping him on the tackles. Number 5, Aiden Reese. It's going to be a gain of 4. So now it's decision time for the Black Bears here.
That's a good job by Brady. He's able to see the lineman releasing downfield and diagnose it as a screen and come up and make a good, secure tackle. And they're 4th and about 4, it looks like.
So it's going to be a punt formation for Riverview. It doesn't mean that they're punting, as Samsel's lined up in the backfield to take the snap punting, and he is going to punt. A nice low liner as Dorsey's going to let it bounce, and it's going to take a great Riverview roll down to about the 13-yard line. So that should be about, I think, a 43-yard punt from Samsel after the roll, as the Colts are going to have a long field again.
Yeah, I just think that punt was so line drive, so low of an angle. He wasn't able to get a good read on it and didn't feel secure enough to come up and catch it. So he just let it bounce.
Yeah, and sometimes it's okay to be safe than sorry, and especially when you got as an explosive as offense as Meadowbrook's shown this year, it's not about how many yards you have to get. It's just how much time it's going to take to get in the end zone on a lot of possessions. So we're going to take a little bit of a break as both teams are going to be in their team huddles to get final instructions before this possession starts. We got a pretty big, busy week here at Meadowbrook and on the KGP family, as if you follow Caleb's Facebook, he's been living the Guernsey County Fair life with live streaming the different shows, and I'm sure he'll be there tomorrow with the big country fest that's led by Meadowbrook's former grad Ryan Robinette, and big times here at Meadowbrook tomorrow morning as the cross country hosts their annual Colt Carnival. It's always a big cross country event, so plenty of action going around here in Meadowbrook and on the KGP network. So Colts will have it here. McManaway in motion. Hupp dropping back, looking for the screen, gets away from one. Now he's going to fire it down. Incomplete. As I think they were trying to set up a screen, but I think the Riverview defense kind of read it out, and Bop wasn't able to get open there.
Yeah, he got some pressure up in his face, and I thought for a second he was going to get a safety, but he was able to elude that and get out from the end zone and get rid of it at least.
Yeah, one thing that I've noticed him as a senior compared to a sophomore, it seems like his elusiveness has improved a lot, where he's a lot more dangerous running the football and being able to get away from that pressure. It's going to be a quick pass to Eubanks. Almost brought down, breaks the shoestring tackle, then a host of Black Bears come to him, and I don't know if he might have got back just to the line of scrimmage on that one. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 10. So good job there by the Black Bears defense. Got trips left, 3rd and 10.
Looks like Riverview might be bringing some heat up the middle.
It looks like 23. And, of course, his number's not in there. And Hupp's going to fire the pass just out of reach of the diving. Okay, 23, yes, Ethan Jordan. Kyle showed me that he switched his number from 1 to 23, so the deep out pass to, I believe it was McManaway, was just out of his diving arms. So it's going to be 4th and 10 Colts. And so after two quick possessions, 2 quick touchdowns by both teams, looks like we're going to have a 3 and out each as Aiden Reese has come in to punt the ball here for the Colts.
You like to get a nice punt here, able to change field positions.
And Reese has had some decent punts this year in the few times that the Colts have lined up in punt formation. He's going to boom this one. And that's Samsel gets it, and he's going to try cutting back in, loses his footing down at the 40. So Samsel ended up retrieving it about the 37. I mean, so that was a solid 40-plus yard punt from Reese. Got some good hang time, got the coverage down there, and Riverview is going to start at their own 40 here.
Yeah, talking about changing field position, and that's what he did there. And Hunter Eubanks is able to chase down there, and the old turf monster maybe got Samsel, but again, Eubanks is in good position to bring him down if he had to.
So 4:24 left in the opening quarter. Riverview 1st and 10, their own 40. Handoff to the man in motion. I believe that's Samsel again. As a gang of Colts, I believe, led by Flowers making the tackle. So it's going to be a 1-yard gain from Samsel.
If Flowers, it seemed like he'd done his film study, and he was ready for that play, coming right at him.
Whenever you see that guy in motion, you got to think that he's getting the ball. And obviously that was his assignment, made the read and made the play. Here comes this, that's a lateral to 4. And quickly a big hit. We got a flag in the middle of the field away from the ball. That's going to be Mason Griffin who caught it, which it's going to be a run because it was a lateral. And so we're going to have to wait to see what the call is. It's going to be on Riverview. And the officials are going to talk to Coach Norman here, see if he wants to accept or decline, because it would be a 5-yard loss if he accepts the penalty, or if he declines the penalty. As I believe it was Dorsey who came up there and flew in to tackle him behind the line of scrimmage. As he's also trying to get into the Riverview huddle there to see what they're talking about.
Yeah, like you said, it is a lateral, so I was waiting for maybe a double pass or something tricky, but.
And the call is a hold that's going to be declined by the Colts. Yeah, like you said, as soon as I saw it was a lateral, I was expecting the old double pass that the Colts ran at times with success when they put Hupp in as a wide receiver last year, and Singleton would toss it to him, and then he'd fire it down the field. As Fry's going to fire this one down, and it's caught by Samsel. He's knocked down and bounced by Eubanks at about the 40. We're going to have a flag down, which could be an offensive pass interference because I think he might have shoved. No, it's going to be on Meadowbrook. The pass interference is going to be on Meadowbrook, so this obviously is going to be declined, and it's going to be a 24-yard gain. I believe that was Samsel that caught that, right?
Yeah.
So Samsel showing he's the big play weapon.
Right. He caught one on the Colts sideline here, and just that play right there is up towards Riverview sideline.
So he's got 2 catches for 71 yards in the early going, as now Riverview's going to have the ball at the Meadowbrook 40.
Just looked like a lot of hand fighting there. I think the call could have gone either way.
So Samsel's in motion. There's a handoff to Mobley. He breaks 1 tackle, and then quickly the Colts wrap him up. Should be a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, Aiden Reese was in there. Just need to break down, stay on his feet, and fill the hole a little better, and he had had it for probably maybe a 1-yard gain.
Actually, they're going to say it's only a 3-yard gain on the play, it looks like. So Riverview's been staying pretty true to their form in this shotgun formation. And Fry's going to hit a guy quick out pass. That's going to be a first down. Number 23 Ethan Jordan with receptions, going to get him a first down. So
number 8, Damon Laundra, had a great read on it. He was just a second too late.
That's going to be a 9-yard completion on the pass.
He was a second late, and if he had picked it, he was gone. There had been nobody around.
So again, Riverview taking their time. I think, no, 2.5 minutes. It seemed like the way they were taking their time that it might be an end of a quarter situation here where they're going to run it down, but we still got just over 2.5 as I look at the play game clock. And there's another handoff to Mobley. He's going to take on a few tacklers and rumble down to the 21. A good 7-yard gain from Cruz Mobley. So early going, it shows this kid's not afraid of contact as he's kind of initiating it.
As we talked before pregame, they're hard-nosed, and always seems like Mobley there is falling forward, not falling back.
You got to love having a running back like that. It's not afraid to stick his head in there and make contact. It's a lot more fun to initiate the contact than taking it. And he likes initiating it. As quick out there to Samsel. And I guess the only good news for the Colts is that it was only for a gain of about 6 yards instead of a big play out of him, as they're going to have another first down.
Yeah, the old football saying is, be the hammer, not the nail. Be the one delivering the hit, not the one accepting the hit.
So 1st and 10 at the Meadowbrook 16, 1:20 and counting. Shotgun formation. It seems like they went this possession with an extra lineman, and it's kind of really helped them as a snap fumbled, and quickly McManaway's in there on the sack. I believe Flowers and Reese were also ready to help with that one. So a big play for the Colts as Fry's going to lose 4 yards on the sack, on the bad snap. So they're going to have it now at their 20-yard line, 2nd and 14.
Yeah, it looked like Riverview was trying to set up a counter or a little misdirection play there, but just couldn't get the handoff.
Yeah, Fry was trying to go through the motions, figuring out who's he supposed to fake it to and who he's supposed to hand it to, and he forgot to catch the football first as he's looking, firing underneath. But right there's the Meadowbrook defenders. First one's Flowers, second one's McManaway, and that's going to be a loss of 4.
Number 60, Hayden Loy, also giving pressure on the quarterback, what made him get rid of it quickly.
So a 4-yard loss on the pass to Mobley. And the Black Bears are going backwards as they've lost, I believe, 8 yards on the first 2 possessions, 4 yards each. So now 3rd and 18, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. We'll be back after a quick break. We're tied at 6 here at Eugene Capers Field. Welcome back. Start of the second quarter. We're tied at 6 here at Eugene Capers Field. Before the play starts, we'll thank our sponsors, Pure Love Bakery, GB Roofing, Main Screen Printing, and Graham Excavating. And we also have to thank, we got to get our first shout out to our producer tonight, Shylin Castillo. Always does a great job. The great troubleshooter she was last week against Crooksville. We had some video trouble. She quickly diagnosed the problem and fixed it. Hopefully we don't have any problems here. It's a backwards pass, and that's going to be a fumble that, luckily for Riverview, it's going to roll on a bounce at the 30, and we got a little skirmish here, and we got all kinds of laundry coming on the floor now. And
that was going to be a double pass. Number 12, Jamal Watts, broke free towards the end zone.
And obviously, if you're new to this rivalry, this is not something that is odd, as these two teams kind of get a little chippy, have gotten a little chippy throughout the years. As initial, it's going to be a 5-yard loss on the play, but we've got about 4 or 5 flags down here, so we're going to have to do a lot of cleaning up, as one official's over at the Meadowbrook sideline kind of making sure things, and other officials at the Riverview side making sure everything's all right, and we got the head official and 2 other ones huddled trying to figure out. They might want to go to the KGP replay review here to get things figured out. So we're gonna be in a standstill here for a little while, because it's going to be there's going to be multiple penalties on this one. There's at least 4 flags on the field. And I think one official even took a shoe off and threw a sock out there because he had to throw 2 maybe. Because I know there was originally the flag on the play itself, and then we had a little bit of a skirmish, and then all of a sudden we saw a lot of yellow towels coming out there, and it's not the terrible towel that the Steelers fans wave on Sundays and Mondays, and the occasional Thursday.
And the scrums, whatever we like to call them, you don't know what's going on, and it's always the second person who gets caught.
I think the second, third, and fourth might have got caught here, though.
You're right.
Because it didn't just end with one push and a push back. It ended with a push, then a push back, and then a gang of black and white and brown jerseys meeting in a loose ball tussle while the ball's sitting on the Riverview sidelines. So we're still waiting here, as now would be a good time for the Meadowbrook music man, Hoppy, to play a little Jeopardy theme music for the officials, as they're trying to diagnose exactly who's getting called for what and why and where.
Might as well give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Pure Love Bakery. I don't know if you ever stop down D-Train and get a maple bacon glazed donut.
I've had the maple bacon glazed donut, not from there, but I've had it from another place. It's definitely good. I haven't had the opportunity to make it down there, as I live in Caneville, as I like to call it, kind of between Cambridge and Byesville, and I rarely make it into Byesville or Cambridge for that matter.
It's worth the trip. Worth the trip.
So we're going to have personal foul on each team. Didn't hear the numbers. I think it was 64 on Riverview, but I didn't hear who it was for Meadowbrook. But the plays are going to offset. The play is going to stand, so it's going to be a 5-yard loss on what would be a double pass. And that may have been just the best case scenario for Riverview, because it very easily could have been a fumble recovered by the Colts as they knocked it down, but it rolled down a bounce.
They got a 4th and a long way. Get inside the 10-yard line, almost to the 5 to get a first down.
Well, here would be a time where our buddy Tommy Strasser would say 4th and Derwent. He might even go a little farther and say 4th and Senecaville. So the officials are picking up their flags. Meadowbrook fans getting loud here on a big 4th down. 4th and 20, 23, 24 yards. Fry's going to drop back. Fires deep over the middle. Caught! Samson's going to break one. He is going to be close to the first down. No signal from the officials whether it's a first down or not. It is extremely close. If it's that spot, it's short. I think it's short if that's going to be the spot they're going to go with, as it's between, it's about the 6.5 yard line, and yeah, the Colts get the stop. But wow, what a great effort by Samson on the play, as he's now got 4 catches, 99 yards. He comes up just less than 3 feet, less than a yard short of picking up the first down, as the Colts are going to start possession at their own, we're going to own 8 yard line, so he may have been a little bit more than a yard short.
Tell you what, you had good eyesight to be able to see that. I thought they was going to have to break the credit card out, and I thought he was really close.
It looked a lot closer than what they marked it there, as Hupp's going to hand it off here up the middle, as I believe it's Sam Bop. Yep, Bop's going to pick up a couple yards there. So Meadowbrook definitely hasn't done themselves any favors in starting their field possessions, as they've started a lot of their drives deep in their own territory. So they're going to look to kind of get out of this deficit here. 2nd and 8. Hupp quick pass on an out, and going to be dropped on the quick out. So tough break there for the Colts.
And it looked like Mayo dropped it. He just picked his head up real quick and went right through his hands. I think he knew he caught it, but when he looked back, he didn't catch it. So.
And there's a patented Meadowbrook clap trying to get Riverview offsides. A good job by their defense, not biting on it. We've seen over the years Meadowbrook get a lot of free yards on that. As Hupp's going to drop back. He's looking and coming hard. Almost. Whew. Wow. And you talk about a break for Meadowbrook there. Wow, number 7. Travin Berry almost sacked Hupp in the end zone. Hupp tossed it away, and Cruz Mobley almost came up with an interception where he could have just walked into the end zone. But fortunately for the Colts, it's going to be instead 4th and 8. And Aiden Reese is going to have to come in and punt from his own end zone.
Yeah, last punt Reese had was a nice punt. Let's see if he can do the same thing as he did last time.
So definitely that last play, a big break for the Colts. It could have went wrong in multiple ways, as now we got Caden Casey running on the field, as they only had 10, and we're going to have a timeout Meadowbrook, it looks like. Or no, we're going to have a delay of game on Meadowbrook. So again, just seems like Meadowbrook's not 100% with it here at times. Like you said, it's Fair Week, and it seems like Fair Week's always a tough time. Their mind's kind of in other places, as Reese booms that one from the 5. It's going to be a 45, 46-yard punt, and that's going to be Meadowbrook football. If they say he touched it, it is. So Samson tried making a play, but Hunter Eubanks right there when he's trying to pick it up takes it away. And that might be the break the Colts need to get the momentum turned their side. They're going to start at the Riverview 47. Big turnover there, Kyle.
That was big. You know, as a punt returner, if it's that situation, just let it go. Let it dribble out. But Eubanks was able to hustle down there, and Johnny on the spot.
We've obviously seen Sam, so he's been one of their big play guys, and he was looking to make a big play, but Eubanks was right there to make sure he wasn't going anywhere, as the Riverview defense made sure Bop wasn't going anywhere on that one, as he stopped right at the line.
It was like number 70, Brady Winter, was able to get penetration into the backfield and mess up the pulling guards.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Colts. Launder, lone receiver here down at the bottom of your screen.
Looks like he's double covered over here. Maybe some numbers to the top side.
Roll out here. Casey in the backfield with him, fires it over. I believe that's Trayvon Mayo caught the quick out. Only going to be a gain of 3 for the Colts.
How do you think it would get some good yardage here, be able to go it on 4th and short maybe? So not necessarily looking for a home run here, but get 5 yards. So again, make it 4th and short, something gettable for your offense.
Yeah, and I'm guessing this is 4 down territory here for the Colts, as a 3rd and 7. Don't be surprised if this might be a run, just to kind of get a little bit of the yards. Now, as I'm always wrong, is he's going to pass out, and that's going to be incomplete. Eubanks turned into a defensive back there and knocked it out of the way of, you're looking, who is it?
Caden Klein, it looks like there.
So,
he had that in his hands, and Eubanks broke it up like he's on defense.
So Eubanks is one of the premier DBs for this Colts team, so he had to kind of switch from an offensive player to a defense player on the fly and made a nice pass deflection there, or it could have been right back to Riverview.
See if they go for this or maybe get a quick kick.
More than likely, they're going to try getting the Riverview defense to jump off with a quick clap here. No, they're just going to snap and go. Opens Eubanks over the middle, breaks one tackle, breaks another, inside the 30, inside the 25, down about the 21, 22-yard line.
That was a great ball by Hupp. Looked up, nobody's across on the inside of Eubanks. And a nice quick hitter there.
So it looks like a gain of 17, I believe, on the play. And here's the quick snap. Casey's going to get it, and he's going to race down inside the 10.
He has a great job there by the offensive line. I think the guard, maybe even the tackle, pulled around and kicked out, and big hole for Casey.
And quickly Riverview's deciding to use a timeout as Meadowbrook's went to the super fast tempo. Got the quick snap, picked up 14 yards on the run by Casey after the big completion to Eubanks, and Riverview wisely uses a timeout here with 9:11 to go in the first half to just kind of slow this Colts offense down. So we're tied at 6, early stages second quarter. Meadowbrook, Riverview here on Friday Night Lights. So what's your early observations here so far, Kyle?
Well, I think again, it's been hard hitting like we expected. As you saw again on that scrum, you don't ever want to see fighting, pushing people, but Riverview's not going to back down from anybody. Meadowbrook's not going to back down from anybody, and I think you can see that from the play on the field. And, you know, just football is a game of breaks. You know, Hupp had the ball in the end zone, threw an ill-advised pass, got lucky it fell to the ground. You know, good break for Meadowbrook. And got another good break there on that punt where the Riverview punt returner touched it, and Eubanks was able to jump on it. So
we have 2 live streams going on tonight. We got Buckeye Trail and Indian Valley, as Indian Valley leads that one 24-0 as we have the handoff to Casey. He's going to race around and down to about the 2-yard line.
Again, is able to seal the edge and use his speed to get outside.
So it's going to be first and goal. Well, they're going to say the 1-yard line. So first and goal from the 1, and Hupp is going to walk it in on the keeper. Touchdown Meadowbrook, and they got their first lead of the night on Josh Hupp's 1-yard touchdown run with 8:44 left in the first half.
Offensive line did good there. You know, just wedge blocking up the middle. And I don't know if Hupp was even touched.
And Cam Morrison back in there to kick. And this time he gets it above the hands of the Riverview defenders and splits the upright. So it's 13-7 Colts. 8:44 left in the first half. We'll thank our sponsors, Pure Love Bakery, GB Roofing, Main Screen Printing, and Graham Excavating. So Riverview started the scoring with a quick drive, got a big 47-yard completion, and then finished it off on a short touchdown play from Fry. The QB had a 3-yard QB keeper, missed the extra point, took a 6-0 lead. Meadowbrook stormed right back with Hupp hitting Mayo for a 5-yard touchdown pass to give to tie the game up as the extra point was blocked, and Hupp put the Colts on top with his 1-yard touchdown run. Morrison split the uprights on the extra points, and that's why we're at the score 13-6.
It'll be interesting to see here if they kick it deep or if they do that little pooch punt, pooch kickoff. Because Samsel is the one who's caught the long touchdowns and the big catches, so maybe kick away from him, try to keep it out of his hands.
Yeah, he's definitely, if you look for a playmaker on the Riverview team, I think he would be considered the #1 playmaker so far from what we've seen. A little longer of a kick. He's going to run up and catch it about the 16. He's going to get it to the 40. Break one tackle and finally drag down about the 47 by Rivera. Dalen Rivera on the tackle for the Colts. So a good return by Samsel, I believe a 31 yards, 32 yards it looks like. They're going to, or 31, they're going to mark it to 47. So good field position here for Riverview.
We talked about Samsel being a playmaker, and he showed it right there.
Yeah, just a tough kid to bring down, and it's going to take more than one. And obviously he's got good speed, and Meadowbrook obviously showing a little bit of concern with him as Dorsey's going to be out there with a linebacker. They're going to give it to Mobley, and he's going to get stopped on the sweep. Reese with the tackle. So Mobley's going to get a yard, but he earned it, that's for sure. As Meadowbrook's kind of switched up the defense as Zane McGuire and Romeo Dorsey were kind of both shadowing Samsel a little bit there. Fry dropping back, looking down the field, doesn't see anything. Misses one tackler, and he's got him coming back. The Meadowbrook line gets him again. Hayden Loy's going to be credited with the sack, but Kyle, who was the guy with the initial.
That'd be Deshaun Mail, had immediate pressure.
You were right on top of it looking there, I know, seeing who that was. The quick pressure by the Colts. And this Colts D-line has caused a lot of pressure on teams and gotten that backfield a lot against teams, forcing the QB to scramble, and Fry just had nowhere to go but down. High snap, Fry retrieves it. He fires short of the first down marker. Out routes.
That's just a long throw from Hash to the sideline. Very difficult throw to make.
I don't know if they're going to call it a complete pass. It's going to be called incomplete, it looks like, as Riverview's going to stay back at the line of scrimmage. So Samsel, not only is he their big playmaker, but he's also their punter, so he can kind of do a little bit of everything. He's the handyman on this team.
Yeah, when he's in the game, you always got to be alive. Never fall asleep.
And a left-footed punter. As he booms that one high, Dorsey's going to let it go. It's going to roll out at the 22. We're going to have a flag. And it's going to be a personal foul on one of two teams is my guess. That's going to be a hold, it looks like, on Meadowbrook is the initial call. Or no, actually a hold on Riverview, excuse me. Or no, hold on Meadowbrook, sorry. I'll get it right eventually. It's got to be hold on one of them, right?
That's right. Just those little mistakes, they add up. You know, they had a decent field position. Now you have holding, I'm backing up 10 yards. Again, just.
Yeah, originally would be at the 22. It should the holding, well, the chain gang's already set up at the 22. But that's before the hold. Now the officials are kind of looking around. Now they're pushing it back. So another costly penalty for the Colts, continuing to start deep in their own territory. Leading 13-6, 7:35 to go in the first half. Shotgun again. Fakes the handoff. Little RPO. look there as he fakes the handoff and then tries firing it to Launder on a quick slant, but thrown just behind him for an incomplete pass. So 2nd and 10 from their own 12. Here's a fake, the handoff. He's looking for Eubanks, doesn't have him. Good pressure from the Black Bears. He fires it out of bounds. Nowhere to go. Mobley leading the pressure for the Black Bears.
Yeah, that's just a great job by Hupp just to be able to get rid of it.
You know, we talked the last possession about, on Riverview's last possession, about how the Colts defensive line has been getting some pressure. Credit Riverview. They've been getting some pressure as Mobley's been coming from the linebacker position, causing a lot of trouble. So 3rd and 10 now for the Colts. Need a big play to get the first down. And fires a quick little post route, but off target to McManaway, and it's going to be 4th and 10. So 3 straight incomplete passes. And the Colts are going to have to bring out the punt team, it looks like, as Reese is trotting out on the field. So Meadowbrook may be hoping what happened the last time is Samsel tried retrieving one at about the 47, and Eubanks was right there to take it away from him when he was trying to pick it up.
Yeah, the past couple of punts that Reese has been able to get off, they've been nice punts. Again, trying to flip that field position.
He's got nice hang times, giving the Colts outside guys plenty of time to get down the field. And this one's a booming punt. And it's going to take another great Meadowbrook bounce. It's going to be down at the 35, so from the 12 to the other 35, 38 and 15, a 53-yard punt. So Aiden Reese definitely being a game changer here with his punting leg as he boots that one 53, and most importantly, it's a net of 53 as a no return from Riverview. So we'll thank our sponsors again: Pure Love Bakery, GB Roofing, Main Screen Printing, and Graham Excavating. So again, both teams kind of huddling up, getting a water break. So we'll take a real quick break too here on the KGP Network and be right back with more second quarter action. Welcome back here, Byesville, Ohio, Eugene Capers Field. Meadowbrook leading 13-6, 7:10 left in the first half.
Looks like Riverview's been trying to move number 13, Samsel, around, trying to get different matchups that they like.
There's a handoff to Mobley, and that's a matchup they like as he breaks tackles, races over across the Meadowbrook 50 to the 48. 17-yard gain from Mobley.
And Mobley there at the big hole up front and is able to keep his pads low and, again, fall forward.
Yeah, so Mobley doing an outstanding job on the ground. There's another handoff. That's Mobley again. And he's going to have another first down.
Just looked right there. The Colts D-line was, they wasn't set. And they was snapping the ball, and the defensive line was still trying to get set.
And now they're kind of pulling out a page from Meadowbrook as they're kind of hustling up to the out of the huddle and snapping it quick as Mobley for a third straight play is going to get it. And for a third straight play, he's going to get good gain. Doesn't get the first down, but he's going to pick up a good 6 yards here.
Again, a good hard-nosed run right there. Great play on first down to get you 6 yards.
So I got him for 9 carries for 61 yards, and a lot of it has come on this drive alone, over half of it. Bad snapping, and yeah, they're going to say, yeah, Fry is down at the 30, so it's going to be a loss of 3. It was a good try by Fry to hand it off to Mobley again, but the officials quickly diagnosed it. And
it's not the first bad snap. There's been a couple bad snaps, so something to watch for the game to come.
And if you watched last week against Crooksville, there was a few bad snaps there that kind of helped Crooksville fall down 35-0 to first. As Fry's going to dump it off to number 7, and he's going to be quickly wrapped up. Right there on the play was Cale Flowers, number 7's Traven Berry. So Flowers right there, Johnny on the spot, ready to make the play. And that's going to be a loss of 2 more yards, I think.
Yeah, Flowers did a great job, broke down, was able to size them up and make a secure tackle. Because we've seen Mobley break tackles before, so that was a good secure tackle.
Yep, hit him low and wrap him, and you're going to bring him down most of the time. So now Riverview, who played fast there for most of this drive, is going to let the clock run down and use, I believe, their second timeout of the first half here with 4:45 to go. So they're going to have a little discussion to figure out if they want to go for this or try punting and burying Meadowbrook down deep. They obviously went for one on 4th and 23 earlier in the game and was probably less than a yard away from converting it as Samsel got loose and broke a couple tackles, but the Colts were able to stop him on the first down. So if you're Meadowbrook, you obviously have to be looking for number 13 where he's lined up, because he's been their big play weapon here.
Yes, he has, and if there's 2 guys on the far side, it doesn't matter. Make sure somebody's on him.
Yeah, maybe have the safety kind of cheat over on his side. They've kind of had the linebackers move over there a little bit now. He's normally been on one side of the field by himself. He's the slot man here, it looks like, on the far side, as Giffin's on the outside, and he's on the slot there, left of Fry.
They do have 3 guys over that area on 2, so.
And there he is going to Samsel, and he hits him. He breaks 1-2 tackles, and he is in for the touchdown. 35-yard touchdown pass. Fry to Samsel. 4:35 to go in the first half.
That was a great ball by Fry. Led him into the middle, away from the defender. Hit him in stride.
And Samsel does the rest. Man, what an explosive player he is. Over 100 yards receiving. 134 by my count.
Samsel kept it.
So Samsel, 2-point conversion, and Riverview is up 14-13 now. And remember, Meadowbrook gets the ball to start the second half. So that's a big thing to remember, as halftime at Buckeye Trail, Indian Valley leads 31-0. As we have 2 live streams going on the KGP network tonight, so those who are tuning in from the Buckeye Trail game since it's at halftime, thanks for joining us. Riverview just scored a touchdown, 35-yard touchdown pass on 4th and 12, I believe it was.
It
from
was.
Fry to Samsel. Fry hit him about the first down marker, and then Samsel did the rest of the work, breaking a couple tackles, and then getting to the outside and running past the Colt defenders. So it's definitely it's always a tussle when these 2 teams meet, literally and figuratively, as we've had a couple dead ball personal foul calls, 1 on each team. As Riverview's kicking off, I believe that's Summers. Gets a high, deep kickoff. Dorsey can't get it, but Griffin does around the 5. Following Dorsey, and he's going to be taken down at about the 22-yard line. So again, Meadowbrook just hasn't had too many possessions where they've had great field possession, minus the turnover on the muffed punt where they took over at Riverview's 47.
It's sad to say, yeah, this has probably been one of their best field positions, and every time else is inside the 20, it seems like.
So 4:28 to go. 3 receivers down to the left of Hupp. And he's got the screen. It's going to be a double pass. Launder's going to fire to the other side. Incomplete. Incomplete to Casey. And they had the old, we talked about the double pass with when they had Hupp as a backup quarterback last year with Singleton at quarterback. They tried the old play there. Unfortunately, Launder just sailed it out of the reach of Casey.
Yeah, thank goodness that second pass was a forward pass, because it's pretty dangerous over there towards Riverview's bench.
Yeah, if one of their guys recovered, it's another 6 points for the Black Bears. Eubanks in motion. And Hupp's going to keep this one. He's going to be tackled at about the 32. We got a flag down. Early indication, probably holding where the flag's thrown. So again, yep, it's going to be on Meadowbrook. So the penalties again haunting the Colts.
It looked like a little option play there with Eubanks in motion. And Hupp was able to keep it and get up for 5, but that was going to be taken away.
Yeah, so now they're going to have it, it looks like, at their own 11-yard line. Man, just crucial penalties at crucial times for Meadowbrook. And right here's a big one as we're approaching the 4-minute mark left in the first half. 2nd and 22. Hupp rolls to his left. He's looking. Here comes the pressure. Fires back to his right to Casey. He's got blockers downfield. Breaks one tackle, breaks a second. He's got the first down. He's got more. He's racing the midfield before he's tackled at the Riverview 47-yard line. It's going to go down as a 42-yard completion on the little, I don't know if you want to call it a screen or not, but
yeah, that's a throwback. I thought he was in trouble over here. Next thing you knew, he planted his foot, threw it back across the field, and Casey's able to scamper down the sideline.
So big play there for the Colts, and they needed it as we're 3:40 to go in the first half. And here's the handoff to Casey. He's going to get quickly hit at the line of scrimmage and fall forward back to the line of scrimmage. So credit again, both teams' lines, defensive lines, has really won that battle in the trenches so far tonight.
It looked like they're just trying to pull the guard and tackle, and the backside defense end was able to sneak in there.
Here's a quick screen. McManaway catches it. He's got the first down. He breaks one, breaks two, falls forward down to about the 29.
Eubanks and Launder had 2 good blocks out there at receiver.
That should be an 18-yard gain from McManaway as they got it to 29. Dorsey, lone receiver up top, while McManaway, Launder, and Eubanks. But they're going to hand it to Casey, and he's going to find room. He's going to pick up the first down. He's near the 10-yard line. So again, that quick Meadowbrook offense, you finally get announced in the play, and they're already running the second. And they're lined up again as looks like they're going to spot it at the 11, so it's going to be an 18-yard run from Casey. And Casey, I think, gets it again there, it looks like. Or no, yes, that was Casey. He's going to be stopped at the line.
I mean, Mobley for Riverview making that tackle.
Mobley, a solid all-around two-way player. Good linebacker. We've said his name a lot on the defensive end, of course, as the offensive end, as he's the star tailback for these Black Bears. There's the fake, the handoff. He's going to try keeping it, but Riverview's right there. And who do you think's right there, Kyle?
At number 2.
Yep, Cruz Mobley. He's cruising in to make the tackle.
That was a good read by Hupp. Again, widen that defensive end out. He got upfield. Hupp is going to stick his foot in the ground and right up the middle, but Mobley was there.
So 3rd and a long 10.
We got some
short
guys
11.
hands on their knees. So I don't know if they're getting winded or hot down there, or
Well, this the pace that this Meadowbrook offense plays sometimes can wear you out, and I think one of those people, it's Mobley, had his hands on his knees. He probably is tired. He's just making me tired watching him as Casey's going to race up the middle for the touchdown run.
Yeah, Casey had a good run right there. Guy came up to hit him about the 2-3 yard line. He lowered his shoulder pads and bulldozed into the end zone.
So Caden Casey, he really hasn't got going a whole bunch this year. I believe this is his first touchdown of the year on the 11-yard touchdown run, but he can be a dangerous runner, as people who've seen Meadowbrook play over the past couple years, as he's been a primary JV starting running back, as Morrison's going to put it between the uprights on the extra point to give the Colts a 20-14 lead.
Be big to get a defensive stop here. That way, the Colts get the ball at halftime, all right?
Yep, so Riverview scored at 4:35 left in the second quarter. Meadowbrook comes right back in 3 minutes and 35 seconds to reclaim the lead at 20-14. And with Meadowbrook, you never know what they're going to do. I think Coach Norman a little more conservative than what Coach Clendenning and Coach Twitty have been in the past on the kickoff team, as he hasn't really tried the onside kick, a little pooch kick too much. But it still has to be in the back of the mind as Riverview, as again, they got 8 of their 11 guys within 15 yards of the ball.
We'll see if they try to kick it away from number 13, Samsel, or again, try the luck and kick to him again, because again, we talked about superstar playmaker. He's it for this Riverview team.
And now Riverview is going to kind of drop back in normal kickoff return. And Millam pokes it out there about the 16 again, and Samsel's got it. Still not touched. He's finally going to get brought down at about the 40. So again, Riverview is going to have good field position here with 1:14 left.
Okay, this would be a big stop here.
And like we've already said, they're going to spot at the 39, it looks like. Meadowbrook gets the ball to start the second half, so a stop here and a score to start the third quarter. Definitely a big momentum builder potentially for the Colts, but it starts with a stop here, as Fry's going to quick on it to Giffen for a 6-yard gain.
Giffen with a nice little toe tap, able to get 2 feet down, get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yeah, that's big, stopping the clock, as Riverview only has 1 timeout left here with 1:09 to go. And that's going to be quick pass. Can't tell the numbers off the far side, and they're going to have a late, that's going to be Giffen again. Kind of a late tackle there from the Colts. Kind of a little tough play, as they kind of just got tangled up there, but the tackle was late, and they're going to tackle on 15 more yards on Meadowbrook here.
And nowadays, you know, you get into the white and try to let go, but you know your momentum will carry you, and took them down.
So that's going to end up being a 20-yard completion, and then tack on another 15 yards on the penalty. And wow, I thought, Kyle, you were going to be the biggest legend that was going to be in attendance tonight. Looking down on that Meadowbrook sideline, I see none other than Cincinnati Bearcat offensive lineman A.J. George in attendance tonight, as it's 1st and 10 for Riverview. Handoff to Mobley, and he's going to be met by a gang of Colts.
Again, making that stop
was in there.
Yep, Deshaun Mayo. Made a couple stops at his defensive end position.
Second down, fake, and he's going to be sacked. I believe that's Clayton Hall bringing him down. Yeah, the senior Clayton Hall with a big sack, and now it's back to the 30, and Riverview's going to have to burn their final timeout. So that sack's going to be roughly a 10-yard loss from Fry.
Yeah, it's a big sack by Clayton there and got up. He's all fired up about it.
The Riverview calling the timeout. 22.5 seconds left, or excuse me, 32.5 seconds left. 20-14 Colts. So a big third down play here for both teams, and potentially a big fourth down play if there's a fourth down here.
Yeah, Riverview is no stranger for third and long, fourth and long.
They were close on one fourth and long, and then the last fourth and long they had was a 35-yard touchdown pass from Fry to Samsel.
Looks like Samsel's to the top side, number 13.
Yep, and he was in that, and they had a trips formation. He was lined up by himself. Now he's kind of been a slot receiver, and he's been running a post or seam route, been able to get open against this Colts defense. And there's a quick out, but it's going to, I thought it bounced from here, but they're going to say completion. That's Giffen.
And he didn't get out of bounds either. Looks like the clock's still moving.
So he's going to gain 6 on the play.
Fourth and long here.
They're going to get it off, and it's, I believe it's caught. It's going to be caught. Giffen makes a great catch, but he's a little bit banged up. Probably should have stayed down. And there Giffen is going to go down. He took a nice hit as the Meadowbrook defender and him met at the same time. So I believe that was an 18-yard completion on the play. So Giffen's having a nice night after this series, as he's got 50 yards receiving and 4 catches for the Black Bears.
Yeah, that's a pretty big hit. Hopefully he'll be all right. I don't know if it was Eubanks that got him. Was able to stick a shoulder pad, looked like in the rib cage area, maybe knock his wind out, hopefully.
Yeah, he got up and he's going to walk off the field. Obviously he wanted to stay in there, but made the smart decision, went down, and obviously it's another timeout for Riverview, as now they got to play what they want to run here with 7.7 seconds left. So they got a chance at possibly 2 shots at the end zone. And I believe that is Samsel at the bottom. Yep, at the bottom, on the bottom right of your screen, matched up one-on-one. And they're going to clock that one, as now we're at 3.6, so we're going to have 1 play left, as the officials started the clock as soon as the ball was snapped, or as soon as they started the clock as soon as they placed the ball. There's a double move by Samsel, fires it, and he catches it. Fakes the post, runs the corner route, perfectly placed ball by Fry right into his hands. 7-yard touchdown pass, and it couldn't have been any better for Riverview and any worse for the Colts.
Yeah, that was a great ball by Fry. Put it to the outside, away from the 2 defenders. And
so Fry to Samsel, the 2nd touchdown in the quarter for that duo.
Yeah, a little wildcat here, looks like.
And Samsel's going to keep it, and he's going to get in again. So that is going to be the half. Riverview is going to take a 28-20 halftime lead. Or excuse me, a 22-20 halftime lead. So we will take a break as well. We'll go to the half, let you enjoy the marching band of both teams, as Riverview's marching band's warming up. And we'll be back with second half action here on the KGP Network.
field by drum major Bobby Ron. The band is under the direction of Mr. Keith Watson and assisted by Mr. Mark Wagner. Color guard advisor is Ms. Carrie Harstein. Percussion is instructed by Mr. Derek Lacey and Ms. Kyla Kent. Tonight, the band will perform the contest show, Falling Water. special thanks to Mr. McCon and the Meadowbrook Marching Band for sharing halftime with us tonight. A special thank you to Mrs. Hemming and the Riverview cheerleaders for their weekly fourth quarter cheering session with us. The Blackbeard Band wishes Coach Hemming and the RV football team good luck as they compete this season.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about another round of applause for the Riverview Marching Band? And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please direct your attention to the field as we once again present the 2021 Meadowbrook Colts Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Darren McCon, color guard instructor Alice Mashew, percussion instructor Greg Starkey, and wind instructor Alyssa LeBeau. The Meadowbrook Colts Marching Band will perform their 2021 show, The Heart of a God. Featured soloists include Connor McIntyre, trumpet, Jordan Mallett, color guard, Emma Davis, color guard, and Sydney Dennison, alto sax. Ladies and gentlemen, the Meadowbrook Colts Marching Band! Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the Meadowbrook Colts Marching Band. The Colts Marching Band will be performing tomorrow, September 18th at the Cambridge Cavalcade of Bands. The band performs at 5:30 p.m. So please come out and support your marching Colts and the Colts sound. Once again, the Meadowbrook Marching Band.
Riverview and Meadowbrook bands as we're at halftime here at Eugene Capers Field. Riverview Black Bears on top 22-20. Looking at the first half scoring, you said it looked like it was going to be a shootout. We kind of got into a little stalemate there midway through the first and the beginning of the second, but we picked up the pace. Both teams scored on their opening possessions as Riverview quarterback Carter Fry had a 3-yard touchdown run. They missed the extra point to make it 6-0 Riverview. Meadowbrook quickly countered as Josh Hupp hit Trayvon Mayo on a 5-yard touchdown pass with 6:37 left in the first quarter. The extra point attempt was blocked. Then we kind of ran into about a 10-minute stretch game time where neither team scored. Meadowbrook broke that at the 8:44 mark in the second quarter with a Josh Hupp keeper 1-yard touchdown run. Morrison was true on the extra point to give the Colts a 13-7 lead. And Riverview came back on a big 4th and I believe 12 when Carter Fry hit their big playmaker Slater Samsel on a 35-yard touchdown pass. With 4:35 to go, Samsel kept it in a wildcat to convert the 2-point conversion and give Riverview a 14-13 lead. With a minute 20 to go in the first half, Caden Casey raced in for an 11-yard touchdown run for the Colts. Morrison made the extra point to make it 20-14. But just as the horn sounded, Carter Fry and Samsel hook up again on a double move, fake post corner route, perfectly placed ball for a 7-yard touchdown reception. Samsel keeps it on a 2-point conversion, and we got a 22-20 halftime lead at Riverview. So what's some key things here in the first half that's kind of stuck out for you, Kyle?
I just think for Meadowbrook is a lot of miscues, a lot of personal foul penalties, you know, always getting pinned back deep in their zone somehow. Hopefully this second half they can correct again those personal foul penalties. You can correct those pretty easily. So again, eliminating those will definitely help your field position.
And you said field position, and that's been a big struggle for the Colts, as it seems like every possession they're having to move pretty much the entire field. They've only had the one drive where it was a 47-yard touchdown drive off the muffed punt, but Meadowbrook's had to work for every little inch they've got tonight. And you also have to give credit to both teams' defensive lines. The war of the in the trenches, both teams' defensive line has been able to get the pressure and put pressure on both Hupp and Fry, but credit to quarterbacks because they've also made some big plays in key moments as well. Yeah,
and there's just answer for answer, and that's the great thing about football. Friday night, you know, one team scores, the other team scores. It's just what's so enjoyable about Friday night football.
So we're getting ready to start the second half. Meadowbrook's going to get the ball, trailing 22-20. Both teams got a nice little rest there at halftime. We get 24 minutes of football here on the KGP network. Summers is going to be kicking. It looks like Griffin and Dorsey back deep for the Colts. Griffin, not Griffin. Summers with the boot. Dorsey's under it at about the 19-20. He's got an open lane. Breaks one, breaks two, almost, as he's going to be tripped up probably about the 39-yard line.
55. Snow for Riverview was in on that tackle.
Hopefully not till December. So they're going to give it to him about the 40. So this is going to be the second best field position for the Colts to start a drive, as they're going to start from their own 40. Hupp takes the snap. Read option fakes it to Casey. He keeps it, but again, that Riverview defense right on top of things. I believe Cruz Mobley, spoiler alert, was in there.
It just seems like Meadowbrook should go towards the trips since there's 2 down here on 1.
There's another read option, and Hupp's going to keep it again. He's going to keep grinding and grinding. He's going to pick up 2 yards despite being hit at the line. So I believe Brady Winter and Will Vickers of the Riverview defense in there to make the stop.
He kept turning his legs and got something out of nothing there.
So 3rd and 8 here. Their 42-yard line. Hupp checking out traffic, seeing what he has. And he's going to fire it down the field, and it's intercepted by Slater. Samsel picks it off about the 39. He's still running. He's going to be down about the 25, and here comes the laundry again. And really the unfortunate thing, I was watching that play, Kyle, it looked like somebody, the middleman on that trip set for Meadowbrook, might have jumped just before the snap. The officials didn't call it. So a big break for Riverview, because that would have been a dead ball penalty. The play wouldn't have counted. But now Riverview with the interception, and more than likely we're going to have a personal foul on one, if not both teams.
Yeah, I think Samson was able to cover that ground. I think he was in the middle of the field and was able to get to the sideline and pick that off.
We're going to have a personal foul on only the Colts, it looks like here. So
again, I don't know if it was a late hit out of bounds or if something else happened on that far sideline.
We've been talking about Samsel on the offensive end. He wanted some defensive accolades as well, as he makes a big interception. As Riverview starting inside the Meadowbrook 15-yard line here on their opening drive of the second half. And they go right to Mobley as he powers through the line and picks up 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, I think McManaway had a seam he was able to get in there, but again, just a strong back and kept his pads low and able to fall forward again.
So we're going to be down to the 12-yard line. Shotgun. And here's the handoff to Mobley. He's going to be he's dragging a Meadowbrook defender who's holding on. Finally takes him down. It's 51, Deshaun Mail on the initial tackle for the Colts.
Yeah, at least he held on. And finally his buddies came up and helped him clean it up.
It's going to be, looks like a loss of a yard on that play. So it's going to be 3rd and 8. And here, if you're Meadowbrook, you got to know where number 13 is. Samsel's been the big player for the Black Bears. And they're looking his way. He's over the middle. It's overthrown. That's who they went to. Good underneath coverage by the Colts. Forced them to throw it over Samsel's head, and it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, that's good coverage there in the secondary. Again, hopefully the Colts made some halftime adjustments, which I assume they did right there, and was able to cover.
Yeah, because I think definitely right now, every play you got to be thinking, where's number 13? That's your first priority, and then where's number 2? Definitely Mobley and Samsel have proven that they're the 2 big playmakers of this Riverview offense. Here's the blitz. Reese gets there just a little short. Giffen's going to have it. He's going to have the first down on the out pass. He's going to be down to the Meadowbrook 13. Give him a gain of 10 yards.
Yeah, Giffen took a heavy shot there right before halftime, and he's back out there toughing it out.
Yeah, good call there. He definitely did take the tough shot. They were able to get that last second playoff, probably because he went down.
Yeah, yeah.
So here they're in this power formation. Wishbone, Mobley's in, touchdown. 4-yard touchdown run by Cruz Mobley. I got to make sure, I almost wanted to call him Catino Mobley, but that's the former guard in the NBA. So Mobley, that's his first touchdown of the game, and he's had a nice game with 9:11 to go in the third quarter. 4-yard touchdown run. So let's see what the Black Bears do as far as, and it looks like they're lining up for 2. And again, they're going to this wishbone or here again. And again, it's going to Mobley. This time tripped up Deshaun Mayo in the backfield to make the hit.
Yeah, just able to catch his leg right there and chip him up. And because I don't think, if he didn't make the play, I don't know if there was anybody else there that was going to make it. So with the touchdown, Riverview now on top 28-20. So a big stop by the Colts there. A big change in momentum, as they very easily could have had a 2-possession lead. Now it's only a 1-possession lead with the 28 to 28 point difference when it could have been 10 if they converted that. Again, let's see what kind of field position Meadowbrook gets here. And hopefully they get good field position. I think when they have, common sense says you have good field position, you're definitely going to do better for your offensive drive. But hopefully we won't see any laundry here for any holding or anything like that.
Yeah, definitely the penalties have been a little troublesome here for the Colts, trailing 28-20.
And I think Dorsey's, he's been close, been one tackle away from taking it to the house.
Yeah, he's definitely a dangerous electrifying player on special teams. Already has a punt return and a kick return for a touchdown this year. And he's going to let that one go. And that's, again, a great kick, as Griffin's going to have it at the 5. And he's dodging all kinds of tacklers. And here comes, shocker alert here. Here comes Laundry, as the far official, tosses it. Then gets it closer to the play. Right now, it's Meadowbrook possession at their own 18. But we got a flag, and it's going to be a personal foul on who else? The Colts. So this is going to be half the distance, and Kyle Meadowbrook's going to start this possession at their own 9-yard line.
Wow. It looked like the official there called crackback or a blindside block with that personal foul's on.
And I guess as a coach, I'm not going to be too happy about that. One, that my player did it if he did do it, but the official was probably 40 yards away from the play that made the call.
I think he moved his flag up about, 3-4 times?
Mm-hmm. There's a handoff. Casey flies through. He's racing. He's going to get dragged down at about the 41. First down Colts. Casey, a gain of 32, I believe, on the play.
Yeah, he's able to get that ball and hit that hole full speed, and he's off to the races.
So Caden Casey, 82 yards rushing now, has the touchdown. So this is kind of his little breakout party, so to speak, as he hasn't had the big game, but there's a lot of potential there. As Hup's going to keep this one. He's going to race, duck, dive, dodge, dip, and pick a first down up inside the 45 to about the 44. A 15-yard run for Hup.
Now we've got another flag on the play here. A little extracurricular activity, it looked like. Whether number 4 here did a good job selling it, we don't know, but we'll see what the call is. I will tell you, Hup got hit and carried the defenders about, 5-10 yards after he got initially hit. So way to keep the legs turning.
And the Meadowbrook faithful definitely showing their displeasure, and the boys in the striped shirts, as probably evidence as this is going to be a dead ball personal foul on the Colts. As again, they're discussing what to do. And we're going to get the signal, dead ball, personal foul on the Colts. And they called one on Riverview, so we're all even there.
Yeah, I thought for a second there it was just going to be on the Colts, but they offset.
And I was getting ready to say, and the nice thing is the official has given him a 1st and 9, but now the chain gang also moves down to the 43, so that'll be a 16-yard. We'll give a 16-yard run for Hupp on that one. Snap, Hupp keeps it, and he's going to be met right at the line. And
number 2, Mobley again.
And there it goes. Wow, a high toss up in the air by that official. That one might have brought down some rain as high as he tossed it up.
Again, we knew coming in this game, this is how it's going to be. Chippy, hard-nosed football game here, and that's what we got.
So again, we're going to wait for the official call. And this one's going to be on Riverview, so Meadowbrook faithful extremely happy on that one, as they're going to get the 15 free yards, I think, for the first time, as there's been 2 that's offset, and there's been at least 1 or 2 extra on the Colts, as they're going to have it down at the, looks like the 28. Pistol formation, hand off to Casey. He breaks past the line, inside the 20, down at about the 16, 12-yard run.
Yeah, number 78, Marshall Dyer's pulling around there, and it's a good thing when you can't find anybody to block. So, nice big hole by the interior line.
So Caden Casey pushing close to triple digits here, as he's now got 94 yards rushing. As Hupp's going to keep this one. We're going to go ahead and give Hupp a yard, a hard-earned 1 yard on that play.
Again, that wasn't bad because, again, that's first down, got positive yards. You don't want to take negative yards on that first down because you'd think it's 4-down territory here. So,
oh, definitely when you're inside the 20, it's four plays to get those 10 yards.
Yeah, that's right.
So, again, Meadowbrook here taking their time, taking a little more time than usual. It seemed like they controlled things when they picked up the tempo there a few possessions earlier, but being patient as Casey's going to break 2 or 3 tackles inside the 5, meets a defender, drags 3 of them into the end zone. Touchdown, Colts. What a run by Caden Casey as he brings a host of Riverview defenders in the end zone. I believe a 16-yard touchdown run, and that's going to put him over the century mark, give him his 2nd touchdown of the game, and the Colts are lining up for 2.
He has a good hard run by Casey. Also, number 13, Trayvon Mail out there had a great block as receiver to open up things on the outside.
There's the handoff to Casey. Why not give it to him again? And we're tied at 28.
Might as well ride the hot hand.
So Caden Casey showing he's not afraid to drag some defenders into the end zone with him. And that time, he had a hole big enough a semi-truck could drive through as he races into the end zone on the 2-point conversion to tie this game up.
Like you said, the previous possession by Riverview, that stop on that 2 points, big stop for that defense. So now we're a tie game.
So Meadowbrook could have easily hung their heads a little bit with the interception on their opening possession, and Riverview coming down, scoring a touchdown to take an 8-point lead. But they rode the legs of number 2, Caden Casey. A huge drive there where he broke a couple big runs and scored from 16 yards out, then put in the 2-point conversion, and we got a new ball game as we're tied at 28. $7:10 left. People who came to this game getting their money's worth again tonight, as both teams battling tough physical conditions, making it definitely tough on both teams. It's hot, like you said. The field turf's a lot harder than it is up here in the press box, and then both teams have showed they've overheated in more than one way, as there's been a lot of yellow laundry thrown out here through the first 29 minutes of the game.
Yeah, Coach Norman's down there, had a lot of the team there. I don't know if he's giving a pep talk or what that's going to do. We'll see if it fires them up here.
Millam's going to kick off again. And Samsel's going to run up to about the 23 and recover it. He's got some room, but he's going to be brought down by the shoestrings. I believe that's 54. Andrew Sweeney on the tackle. So again, though, Riverview having good starting field position. They're going to start at their own 36. We'll make it 37, just short of the 37.
Yeah, when Samsel gets the ball, you'll need at least 1, 2, if not 3 guys there to take him down.
So Samsel's going to be the lone receiver up top. Riverview's done good having this kind of 6 lineman look. Just gave Meadowbrook some fits as Mobley's going to keep it up the middle. Thought he was going to be stopped at the 40, but I think he popped forward for 5 out to the 42.
Yeah, Mobley just keeps turning his legs and again keeps his pads low and able to fall forward.
So I got him 13 carries, 68 yards. And we got a down black bear. I think that might act, no, it's not Mobley. So shockingly again, the first person that's cramped up tonight, as hot as it is. I mean, we're just standing up here watching the game, and I think I've lost 5 pounds just sweating. A little bit of a cramp there, and that was no, it wasn't Mobley's number 7, Traven Berry, trotting off the field. So a slight leg cramp for him. He's sure he's going to set down a play or two and be right back for the Black Bears. Officials blowing the whistle, ready to get the second half going.
Yeah, they like that top side up there with Samsel and Giffen up there at the top side. If they like to pass it.
Yeah, those two have definitely been Fry's 2 favorite targets. As he takes it out of the shotgun, and Giffen's going to hold that one in and have the first down.
Again, as soon as he catches the ball, Fry does, he's looking that way automatically. And I don't blame him.
It's going to be a gain of 7. Yeah. Definitely between Giffen and Samsel, they've done a great job as far as on the receiving end. And there's a handoff to Mobley, and he's going to be hit at the line by, I think it was Hayden Loy wrapped him up, but he kept his legs moving and ended up picking up 4 yards on the play.
Again, just another strong, tough run.
So great job by Loy to hit him at the line, but even better job by Mobley to keep his legs moving, churning out those extra yards. 2nd and 6 here. And this time, Fry's going to keep it. But Loy's on the initial contact. And then you got McGuire, McMahon away. Flowers. Take your pick. I think there's about 3 or 4 Meadowbrook defenders right there to make the play.
He has a good job by the Colts D there. Didn't fool anybody on a little zone read.
I mean, it was a good call. They've been giving it to Mobley, and that's the first time we've really seen him pull that out and try keeping it himself. And here's the pass overthrown to Samsel.
Yeah, I think the Colts brought a little heat there into Fry's face. He didn't look too comfortable in the pocket and threw off his back foot, and then you saw the ball was off its mark.
And a good thing for the Colts is I think Giffen did a little stop route there, was open just past the chains, but he decided to try hitting Samson on the deep post route, but he overthrew him, and now we got a big 4th down and 6, and the Black Bears are going for it. And it's just short, incomplete. So they had that again, that little stop route, but he just couldn't quite get enough mustard on it, as it's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Colts are going to take over at their own 45.
Yeah, let's see if the Colts can get it going here with a great field position. Unlike the other possessions, most possessions all night, they've been buried in their own 20 and in probably.
And what worked for the Colts last possession was a heavy dose of Caden Casey, and he's back there in the backfield with Josh Hupp again. They're side by side in the shotgun. And there's the fake to Casey. Hupp scrambles past a couple in the shoestring tackle there. He's going to pick up the 1st down, an 11-yard run. I believe that was Jordan on the shoestring tackle.
Yeah, Hupp was just bobbing and weaving and able to get, what, 10, 11 yards there, it looked like.
There's the handoff to Casey. He bounces to the outside, breaks a tackle, but he's going to get held on to by the defender. Still going to turn out 3 yards there.
Again, good hard run by Casey. You know, could have been 1 2-yard gain and gets 4.
Hupp takes a snap, looking at defense, gives it off to Casey. Casey's going to pick up another 1st down. Giffen makes the tackle, but not before Casey runs him over. And we got another Riverview Black Bear cramping up on near the Meadowbrook sideline. I believe that's Mobley this time.
And just as we mentioned before, the ball carrier wants to be the hammer to the nail, and that's what Casey was right there. He is the hammer, able to lower shoulder pads and run over the Riverview defender.
And I believe at the 9-yard, we'll give him a 9-yard gain on the play. And ironically,
we got somebody hurt down on the Meadowbrook sideline.
Yeah, we do have somebody else hurt, another Black Bear that's hurt right at the Meadowbrook sideline. And that was number 12, Jamal Watts. He's going to gingerly walk to the other sideline. So Mobley was able to stretch out his cramp and get back up and in, but we didn't see Watts was down as well.
And there's still a lot of ball game left, and people are cramping. So again, something to keep in consideration here, especially when we go into the 4th quarter.
And when you start cramping, it's tough to kind of get rid of those cramps. You gotta, water doesn't do the job. You gotta.
What's the remedy? Mustard? Is that pickle juice?
Some pickle juice. Maybe about 2 gallons of Gatorade. We load up with the pickle juice, or I've always heard a tablespoon of vinegar every night before you go to bed will help you with the cramps.
You have to let me know how that one goes.
I'm not trying that. And Hupp's going to keep this one and fake the handoff to Casey, but Riverview right on top of it.
Yeah, Casey and Hupp was not on the same page in the backfield there. They hit each other. Still able to get 2-3 yards.
So at the 30-yard line, Colts, 2nd and 8. Here's the handoff to Casey out wide. He's going to get the 1st down, be the hammer instead of the nail like you said, and get knocked on a bounce at the 20. So a 10-yard gain there.
Again, another good block out there by Mail.
So Meadowbrook hasn't really had that big running performance out of anybody, but so far this year, week 1, McManaway had a decent game, and Hupp's put up some decent yardage at times, but Casey's kind of taking that #1 running back role right now, and he's running with it.
Yeah, we saw Bop to start.
And there's the handoff, speaking of him. Casey's going to have another 1st down.
Like I mentioned before, keep the hot hand going. He's running hard. He's running strong.
And it's 1st and goal for the Colts. So I have Casey with 142 yards rushing. It's a quick snap. Fire it over to Eubanks. Jukes back inside the middle. He's going to keep his legs churning. Finally brought down about the, looks like the 3-yard line. And I tell you what, it seems like it's been a long time since Meadowbrook's completed a pass.
Yeah.
And that one goes for, looks like 7 yards.
You know, if Casey running the ball hard like he is, might as well just keep giving it to him. If he's getting 10, 20 chunks of yardage at a time.
We'll change that to 8 as they're going to mark it at the 2-yard line on the scoreboard. McManaway in motion, and Pup's going to keep it, look to find, and he's tripped up. He's going to be down about the 1-yard line. He tried following McManaway on that, but Riverview defense had no, didn't want it, and quickly made the stop. And Hup's going to keep this one. He's going to be close, and they call it touchdown. The touchdown Colts. 2:23 to go in the 3rd quarter. Josh Hupp, his 2nd rushing touchdown, 3rd total touchdown.
That's a great job by Hupp, just following his blockers and in the end zone.
And they're going to kick the extra point here, up 34-28. The left foot of Cam Morrison. Colts lead by 6, and that one's no good. Seemed like maybe a guy on the outside for Riverview might have got a little early jump on it, but there's no call. And it's 34-28 now with 2:23 to go in the 3rd. So again, Meadowbrook's in another shootout here at Eugene Capers Field. They've been able to put up their points, and in a lot of these games, unfortunately, the other team has it too, as the Colts leading by 6, 2:23 left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Riverview normally is able to respond. Let's see if they're able to respond after Meadowbrook just scored that last touchdown.
Really, you got to be pretty impressed with Riverview. They've really done a good job of scheme-wise getting guys open and taking what the defense gives it between Giffen and then looking down the field to Samsel, making plays for him, and then, of course, getting the ball to Mobley. Really, he's made some good, hard-nosed, tough runs for the Black Bears.
I imagine we'll see some of the same coming up here.
Mm-hmm. So Mellum's going to kick off for the Colts. There's that low line driver, and there you go. Don't kick it to Samsel, and down at the 28 as he slips and falls is number 11, Orrin McKee. So Meadowbrook might have found the key thing to do is there not make sure Slater Samsel doesn't get the ball, as that's their best kick coverage in the night that they've had, as McKee, as you said, the Turf Monster caught him earlier. Turf Monster got him there, as they're going to take over at their own 28. And we're going to have a flag before the play. So we're going to have a false start on Riverview. I believe that's their first false start penalty. I think the only penalties they've been called for is the personal foul variety. So now 1st and 10 turned into 1st and 15 for the Bearcats, or excuse me, the Black Bears.
Thinking about Cincinnati.
Thinking saw AJ here earlier, so thinking about the Bearcats. Fry's going to fire it deep down the field. Incomplete. Good coverage there by the Colts. Not sure, I believe it was Ty Griffin. Yeah, Ty Griffin there on the coverage. Stride for stride with the receiver.
That was really good coverage. Stride for stride.
So Fry's kind of cooled off as he's his past 3 passes has landed incomplete. Now Samsel's coming down to the right of the quarterback.
And this is how they started
by
the
himself.
Game. 3 by 1 set.
It's going to be a bubble screen. Good play there. I believe that's Watts. Yeah, so Watts is back in the game. He left earlier when he was injured there on the Meadowbrook sideline. He's going to catch that pass. And he's going to gain, looks like 12 yards on the play.
Yeah, big third down here for the Colts defense.
So third and a long 3, short 4. Fry looking. And there's that little quick stop route from Giffen. And it's going to pick up the first down. So good call by there, just taking what the defense gives you on that quick little stop route. Gives them a new set of downs.
You mentioned Fry being off a couple times here recently. He's on the money right there.
And there's the handoff to Mobley. Breaks 1 tackle and falls forward to the 46. So it ended up being a 6-yard gain there. It looked like he was stopped for like maybe a 3-yard gain, but he somehow gets through those tacklers, keeps those legs churning. Hard-nosed runner, and definitely you can tell that Mobley on Riverview side and Casey on Meadowbrook side's really done a good job of wearing down the opponent, as Mobley's going to get it again. He's going to pick up another first down. And that's going to move the chains. That's probably going to be a gain of about 7 yards.
It seems like he's just carrying tacklers. But if you look at both defenses, they're running a 3-man front. So the 3-man front should tell you to run the ball, and I think both Meadowbrook and Riverview have been doing very well with that.
And there we go. The chain gang fixed it. It did show 4th down, but obviously it's 1st and 10. New set of downs again for Riverview. So they're still in the shotgun formation. Trips right. Samsel by himself up top. And he's going to quick screen it, and the Meadowbrook had 2 defenders running at him. He's still going to pick up positive yards, 3, maybe 4 yards on it. But Meadowbrook read it perfectly, was able to tackle him for what looks like will be his shortest gain on the night.
It seems like Riverview's picked up their tempo a little bit here. They got things going.
They quickly get lined up, quickly hand it off to Mobley. Mobley's going to have 3 more yards there. So again, going to be a 3rd and short here. So they got the playbooks open. They can pretty much go any direction they want.
Looked like Reese was able to slide in on the backside there and grab him by the ankles, the legs, and able to take him down.
So that's the end of the 3rd quarter, with the Colts on top, 34-28. We got 12 more minutes of football. We'll thank our sponsors, Pure Love Bakery, Graham Excavating, GB Roofing, and Main Street Printing. We'll be back after a quick break with 4th quarter action here at Eugene Capers Field. And welcome back, 4th quarter action, as we got a little House of Pain jump around. trying to think what college.
Wisconsin?
I think you're right. I think it is Wisconsin that played it right at the start of the fourth quarter, and their fans go absolutely crazy and love it. So 12 more minutes of football. At the Meadowbrook 40, Samsel on the little Wildcat. So they tried a little trickery, and it was not to be, as the Colts quickly read it and stuff him at the line. So Samsel, no gain on the play. It's going to be 4th and 3.
It looked like they brought an extra lineman in there to be the lead blocker for Samsel.
Here's Fry looking, and there's that little comeback stop route. I was going to say it's probably Giffen, and it is. Man, they've made a living off of that play.
Seems like that's their go-to whenever it's 3rd and short, 4th and short.
I believe it's a 6-yard gain. And that is the 8th reception for Giffen tonight, as they're down at the Meadowbrook 34-yard line. And this handoff's to Mobley. He's going to get past the first down marker for another Riverview first down.
See what, Hunter Eubanks did a good job there. Nice open field tackle, one-on-one against Mobley, and was able to bring him down.
And Mobley's closing in on 100 yards rushing, as he's at 99 on my stat sheet, unofficially. No guarantees on whether my statistics are right or not. I used to be good at this. I don't know if I'm any good at it anymore.
They don't call you and Tom the best in the business for no reason.
I don't know. You're giving us a run for our money tonight, as Mobley's going to get, I think he's going to get that yard that he needs to get to 100, but he's going to pay for it as a host of Colts take him to the ground.
Yeah, they stacked that interior line and, again, swarmed the defense there, and he wasn't able to break one tackle, and he went down.
So 2nd and 9 at the Meadowbrook 23. Shotgun. Fry gets it. There's a little pump fake and go. He fires it down the field. Great catch by Giffen, but he couldn't get a foot down. So they tried the little stop and go.
I think he had the corner beat over there, just the ball was a little underthrown and faded out of bounds.
And a big play for Meadowbrook, because now that changes it from a 2nd and maybe first, or even 1st and goal, or a 2nd and short. Now they're at a 3rd and 9 situation. And again, this is 4 down territory for the Black Bears, as they're going to use a timeout to discuss this big 3rd down play. So while they take a timeout, we will also take a timeout here on the KGP network. We'll be back here with 10:03 to go as the Colts clinging to a 34-28 lead. We're back here at Eugene Capers Field. Score of interest. Final score from Old Washington. Indian Valley 38, Buckeye Trail 0. As the Warriors followed a 2-3 on the year. Indian Valley improving to 3-0 as their past 2 weeks game's been canceled because of COVID concerns. We're in a big barn burner here. 3rd down and 9. Handoff to Mobley.
Looked like the Riverview ran a little counter action again, pulling the guard and tackle, and Mobley is able to follow his blocks.
I think he gained 4 or 5 on the play. We're going to give him 5. It's 4th and 5 at the Meadowbrook 18. Big play for both teams. Fry drops, looking, and we're going to have a flag on Meadowbrook here as the pass is incomplete. I think the Meadowbrook defender got a little happy and kind of tackled the Riverview receiver before the ball was thrown. We're going to have pass interference Colts on the Colts. It's going to give a first down to the Black Bears. I believe it's going to be a spot. It probably should be defensive holding, but they signaled pass interference.
So either way, it should be a first down.
And I think that may be what they're discussing. I know either they're trying to figure out their dinner plans after the game still, or they're not 100% sure on what to call, because they've huddled up more than Riverview has during this game.
Yeah. Yes.
And they're going to call it's going to be a hold, which is the right call. It's not pass interference because, like the astute fans here were saying, the ball wasn't in the air. It's still going to be a first down, like you said, and it's going to be a first and goal as they're just inside the 10. So the negative is it's a first down. The positive is Riverview has to score a touchdown in 4 plays or it's a turnover on downs. And there's the handoff to Mobley. He's going to gain a couple yards, but a host of Colts are in there to make the play as their helmets and bodies collide. Kale Flowers in there. And Mobley maybe gains 2 yards.
It's a little different formation here for Riverview.
Mm-hmm.
A little in tighter with who's that up top there?
Well, who do you think? It's probably Samsel.
Probably Samsel.
There's a keeper by Fry, and he's not going anywhere. Flowers with the initial contact, and Brady McManaway in there to give him a little help knocking Fry down. And that's going to be a loss of 4. So as well as Fry has been as a passer in the passing game, he has struggled to break free on any type of a run tonight. So Samsel's going to come down here at the bottom of the screen by himself. So Meadowbrook's kind of got to shift their coverage a little towards him. Fry dropping back, looking, fires end zone over the middle, incomplete.
Yeah, Meadowbrook defense did a good job. Put 2 guys down here on Samsel, which took Fry's #1 target away.
And just a great job there. I think the receiver that Riverview threw to, he got a little bit of slowed down a little bit because he saw that defender coming over the middle, and he kind of got a little bit of the alligator arms and staying back, didn't want to take the hit. 4th and goal. Fry looking, fires, end zone.
Oh.
And it's dropped. Had his man over the middle. Can't haul it in, and Meadowbrook's going to take over on downs.
That was a great ball by Fry. Threaded the needle. I couldn't believe it got through there and hit actually a Riverview's player's hands.
So the defensive holding on 4th down doesn't come back to haunt the Colts. They get the turnover on downs. They're going to take over at their own 11. So, per usual, Meadowbrook starting in bad field position. Up with it, hands it off to, looks like Casey. He's going to get back to the line, and Riverview has 2 or 3 guys there. Of course, Mobley. We'll give Michael Wagner, he was in there as well. And Casey's, I think he might be the first Colt that's cramping up. So Bob's going to check in for him. Casey ended up picking up 2 yards on that play, they're going to say. We got 7:39 to go in the game. Colts with the ball, up 34-28.
Bob should be ready to go, I think, after what, first or second series. I think Casey came in and didn't relinquish his duties until now.
And they both bring, I feel like, a different aspect to the table as far as a running back. I think Bob's more of that scat back, while Casey's more of a power back. Kind of reminiscent of last year's with Schwartz and Lacey.
Yeah, yep. I think it's a good dynamic between both of them.
So McManaway in motion, and here's the toss pass to him. He's going to initiate the contact and power forward to the 25. That was a forward pass, so it's going to be a 12-yard completion to McManaway.
Marshall Dyer right tackle had a nice block out here, and is able to let McManaway find a hole.
And they're kind of showing the touch pass again. They're going to fake it, hand it off to Bob. Bob breaks one. He's got the first down. He's across midfield to 50. A little stop on stuttered go. He's down inside to about the 43.
You just talked about that elusiveness. He did that right there. Made one guy miss and able to spring it for 20 more yards.
So that goes down, I believe, as a 31-yard run from Sam Bopp. And McManaway is going to come off of, he's a little shaken up, as Morrison's going to check in for him. And that's what's nice about having so much depth, the depth that this Meadowbrook team has. They bring in different guys. Great job by Hupp keeping this. He's racing inside the 20, and it's going to be a touchdown, Josh Hupp.
Wow.
Somehow looked like he was running out of steam a little bit there, but tried making the shoestring tackle, but he just wouldn't go down, and he fell into the end zone for 6.
Yeah, it was a great read by Hupp. He rode the running back as long as he could, kept it, went straight up the middle, and like D-Train says, he is able to fight off a couple leg tackles, shoestring tackles, and fall into the end zone.
Big touchdown there for the Colts, and they're going to elect to kick the extra point here. Kind of surprising. They go for 2 and take a 14-point lead, but Coach Norman staying true to the extra PAT, the 1 point instead of the 2-point attempt. And that's a bad snap. Launder's trying. He throws it away. He's got 2 guys open.
Just how they do it up.
And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, as Launder tosses it. 2 Colts are wide open. I don't know if that was by design or not, and I'm kind of thinking it might have been the way Meadowbrook's celebrating. So Todd Griffin calls in the 2-point pass.
That was a nice pass by Launder to be able to get it off and make a catchable ball.
And like I said, I was wondering why they wouldn't go for 2 in that situation. Well, sometimes you got to pull out some tricks out of the hat, and Coach Norman and his staff not afraid to roll the dice with a trick play here or there. So 6:13 remaining. Colts on top. Colts are on top 42-28.
Went pretty well. We'll see if they elected to squib it or kick it deep.
When a legend like Jeff Riggins comes over here and asks a question to you, you have to answer it immediately. So I had to take the headset off and get what I needed from him. As this little pop shot, and hey, again, that does the job. It's not Samso returning it.
You know, Samso grabs it. I'm holding my breath. But.
Yeah. McKee's going to haul it in, and it's going to be first down at their own 31-yard line. So McKee made the diving catch. So that 43-yard run out of Hupp put him over the century mark in rushing. He's got 102 yards rushing, so I think that's his first career 100-yard rushing game. Fry's going to fire it over the middle. Great pass and catch. That's Jordan who hauls that in. Going to be a 13-yard reception.
It's just a good ball from Fry. Hit 23 right between the numbers.
And there's another completion. This one looks like to Giffen. It's going to be another Fort Fry first down.
It looked like they did a little curl and a wheel there, and Meadowbrook stayed back on the wheel, so Fry took the shorter route there, which was the curl, which was open.
That's going to be another 18 yards. That's the 9th catch. And that's a quick screen to Samsel, who jukes jives. And as you can tell, the tempo is getting quick here. I think that's going to be a gain of 6 from Samsel.
That was a good effort there by Clayton Hall to come in from his defensive line position to chase him down.
So thank you, Riverview, for taking your time. And even more thank you to Meadowbrook for calling a timeout, as I think I finally got cut up from the last 3 plays. So Coach Norman's going to wisely burn his first timeout of the second half with the Colts on top 42-28.
Yeah, it's not a bad timeout right there. Riverview is driving. You know, let the defense catch your breath a little bit.
Yeah, this is the old basketball timeout. They're on an 8-0 run, so you got to burn a quick 30-second timeout, get your guys a breather, make some adjustments, and I'm sure that's what Coach Norman and the defensive staff is doing right now.
And what Fry showed us here, that just this drive, he's able to throw just more than to, you know, his top guys, which is Griffin or Samsel. So he's looking more ways than just at those guys.
And those two definitely have proved why they're 2 of the top receivers for this Riverview potent offense. But definitely, like you said, Jordan has stepped up. Watts has made some plays. And, of course, Mobley in the backfield's been a handful for the Meadowbrook line. Shotgun formation. Mobley in the backfield. Fry's looking. He scrambles out, fires, hits an open man.
Hayden Loy had good pressure there off the left end and able to flush Fry out, but Fry on the move is able to find an open Riverview receiver.
That was Giffen with the reception. And guess what? He's over 100 yards receiving now.
That's a dangerous pass there across the middle.
And it's Samsel with the reception.
Seems like 4 or 5 guys there, offense and defense, was around that football.
So that's going to be a 15-yard completion. Shotgun, handoff to Mobley. Flowers trying to take him down, but he's going to muscle his way in. Touchdown, Riverview.
That's just a good strong run by Mobley. I think the Meadowbrook defender hit him about the line of scrimmage there, 3-4 yard line, and Mobley was able to carry him into the end zone.
And that is Mobley's second rushing touchdown of the night. I thought it was his third, but it's going to be his second. So with 4:29 left in the game, the Colts lead 42-34. My partner in crime, Tommy Strasser, just texted me, wants to know how did the Colts do and who worked with you. So I got my main man, Kyle Winland, here with me as they throw the 2-point conversion pass incomplete. And it's still 42-34.
That's a big stop, still 8-point game here.
So we almost have to think, does Riverview go for an onside kick here? They have 2 timeouts left. Almost 4.5 minutes left in the game. Do you feel comfortable enough that you can stop Meadowbrook's offense, 1, and stop them when that they don't run the clock out, 2, and then you have to score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So a lot of decisions have to be made here from Riverview.
I'm glad we're up here, not down there. That is a tough decision to make. Because Meadowbrook has been able to run the ball pretty efficiently this second half.
Yeah, they got well over 200 yards rushing as both Casey and Hupp broke over 100 yards tonight. So, and then on the other end, Mobley has 100 yards rushing for Riverview, and Samsel and Giffen both with over 100 yards receiving. So just great all-around efforts by some kids on both squads.
Looks like Meadowbrook's hands team is out just in case. Expecting that onside kick.
And it looks like they got Lyman out there, so you think they're probably kicking off. But they're going to kick the onside, and it is going to be recovered by the Colts. Good decision by the other Meadowbrook players, as McGuire, I think, came up with it. A couple other Colts players dove down on top of him just to make sure that there wasn't any type of scrum and a loose ball and possibly Riverview recovering it.
Yeah, McGuire saw that hop, went in and grabbed it, just like a natural shortstop.
So Meadowbrook's going to start at their own 47-yard line. 4:27 left in the game. Hupp takes the snap, hands it off. Bop's still in there. He's racing around looking for some yardage. And again, he may be a small kid, but he keeps those legs churning, ends up picking up a solid 8 yards on the play. So again, Meadowbrook in a 2nd and short. Now they're going to take their time, work the clock.
Yeah, that's good. He stayed in bounce right there, and able to let that clock just keep running.
So we're under 4 minutes now. Hupp's going to keep it. He's going to pick up the first down inside to about the 40. It's going to be a 5-yard gain from Josh Hupp. A 5-yard gain, new set of downs with 3:46 left in the game.
Yep, that was a good job by Meadowbrook's offense, be able to pick up that first down and keep the clock running.
So Sam Bop tying his shoe, making sure they're all laced, and he's probably ready to get another carry or two before this game's over with. Colts are taking their time, getting the play in. 10 seconds on the play clock. And people get nervous, but they're lined up. They got plenty of time. 2, 1. There's the snap. Hand off to Bop. Finds a hole, gets inside to about he's going to be tackled by the ankles about the 35-yard line. They're going to mark it. So that's going to be a solid 5-yard gain from Hupp. Or excuse me, that's Bop. It was Bop on the 5-yard gain. So again, another 2nd and short where you pretty much can run the football here. They're not, and there kind of gets a point here. When does Riverview decide to start burning these timeouts?
You'd have to think they get some kind of stop. You know, if they keep getting 5, 7, 8 yards, it'd be pretty tough to call a timeout. You know, on defense, you're going to have to start selling out, bring those linebackers up a little closer.
And they sold out here as Hupp breaks a tackle, finds the outside. He's running to the end zone, and a smart decision there by the senior QB. He decides to slide to the ground. I don't know, maybe a little bit early for that, but a smart decision nonetheless, as he's going to pick up 11 more yards there. And another Meadowbrook first down as we got 2:20 and ticking. So Hupp knows the clock is the Colts' friend, and the more that clock runs, without Riverview burning a timeout, the less time they're going to have. And this being a 2-possession game, or actually, so still a 1-possession game, but they need the 2-point conversion. Another first down by the Colts, and this game may be over. as Bob's going to get the carry. He finds his way, drags forward some Riverview defenders for another 8-yard gain, but we got a flag down at the line of scrimmage. So this may be the break that Riverview needed, as it's going to be a hold on the Colts.
Yeah, a great thing about this stadium, Eugene Caper Stadium, is there's play clocks in the end zones, and Hupp is able to look up that clock and see if it gets down to 5, 4, and he's able to snap the ball when it gets down low, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, just to keep running that clock.
And so the clock started again, 1st and 20 Colts from the 33-yard line.
Yeah, you'd think Riverview would start using those timeouts.
I mean, they almost have to use it after this play no matter what. Clock's ticking down. 3, 2, and here's your snap. Hand off the Bop. He pounds his way forward. He gets the 10 yards back from the hold, and Riverview is going to burn their timeout, even though they want official signal timeout Colts. It's going to be a timeout on Riverview.
Like you said before, it's almost necessary. Even though they just got 10 yards, Meadowbrook did on that run.
So now I believe they have one timeout left for Riverview because they used one earlier in the game. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 23 for the Colts.
Yeah, I think Riverview sold out last time on that holding call. Let's see if they sell out again and try to get another stop here. So I think Riverview knew that Meadowbrook was going to run the ball, and Meadowbrook was still able to run the ball.
Yeah, that's the frustrating thing as a defensive player. You know what's coming and you still can't stop it, but on the other end as an offensive player, that's a great problem to have when you pretty much tell them what you're going to do and you still pick up the yardage that you wanted or that you needed.
Yeah, it's a great job by the offensive line. Like I said, I think Bob being fresh, get a little spurt in there in his elusiveness.
So 2nd and 10. So both McManaway and Bop lined up beside Hupp. Now McManaway going to go up to the H-back position. Bad snap. And a big break for the Colts. I think a lot of people thought a penalty was thrown there, but it was because it was a fumble, and they had to spot the fumble. It's going to be a loss of 7 on the play.
Yeah, I think they changed it to a orange beanbag here
instead
of
it did.
A blue or a black beanbag.
And believe me, it can confuse you. I know there was numerous times we thought there was a penalty. No, it was just the mark of the fumble or whatever. So it's going to be 3rd and 18 for Meadowbrook with 1:07 to go. No timeouts left for Riverview as they burned their last one here.
Are you just content here running the ball and keep that clock moving?
Oh, you have to. I mean, hey, you never know. Coach Norman, he might be a little bit of the Kenny Rogers, the gambler, and might try something. But I mean, I definitely agree with you. You got to run the clock, and then hey, why not go for it on 4th down, depending on what you do on 3rd down?
Right.
I mean, you're still going to have a long field for them to work with no timeouts.
Yep, I agree. Run the ball here and let that clock just keep running. Two hands on that ball while you're running.
So Riverview again look like they're going to sell out on this play. And we're going to have a flag. Probably going to be a false start on the Colts. So what was 3rd and 17, they say on the scoreboard, is now going to be 3rd and 22.
You know, 2 tough plays right there, back to back with Meadowbrook. 1 bad snap, and right there is a false start.
Yeah, just the unforced errors, so to speak. And there's the handoff to Bop, out wide, looking to turn up. He finds room. He races down to the 25, trying to push forward a little bit more. He got down to about the 22-yard line. Make it to 23, so a 13-yard run by Hupp, and he's up over 70 yards rushing tonight. So Meadowbrook found the running game for sure tonight. With they have well over 300 yards rushing on the night. At least 4 rushing touchdowns, because I know Hupp has 2 and Casey, I think, has 2.
Yep. Looks like Meadowbrook will call
5
a
rushing
timeout
touchdowns.
here.
Hupp has 3, actually. He had the 2 one-yard runs and then the big 43-yarder. Yeah, like you said, Meadowbrook's going to burn a timeout here with 13.4 seconds left. So we're going to have a 4th and a long 9 yards. Now, Hupp could really hurt the rushing totals by taking off and running to the other end zone.
Yeah, I say you just run right up the middle, getting 2 hands on the ball, and make Riverview.
I think they
go the length of the field.
They see Riverview selling out the middle. Don't be surprised if they run that little sweep route to Bop as well.
Yeah.
It's been a play that's worked out for him.
Yep. Hupp's been able to keep it here in situations like this around the end. Like he did that one time, able to slide down.
Teams lining up here. And really, the way Riverview's lined up, Meadowbrook may have an open receiver here. Now it looks like they're kind of going out there to guard the receivers. And there's the inside handoff to Bop on the sweep, turns it up. He's not going to pick up the first down, but he is going to gain 3 yards and run another 6+ seconds off the clock, more importantly.
Yeah, it looked like they brought Meadowbrook brought a receiver over to the other side and gave an extra receiver there to block for Bop. You know, anything can happen here. Just don't think this is over with. I can't remember the game. It was down towards the Ohio River. There was a kickoff, and they just kept lateraling, and they end up scoring. Again, I can't remember the 2 teams, but.
Well, college football last week, Florida State and Jacksonville State. They hit the Hail Mary touchdown pass as a Florida State, I don't know if it's a Florida State cheerleader or a player, was proposing to his girlfriend.
That's right.
And he's got an open Samsel over the middle. He's going to be taken down at the 35. Going to be a 15-yard gain, and that's your ball game. As the Colts hang on.
They might put the time back on the clock here. It looks like the referees are telling the Colts to get back to their sideline.
And we are going to throw some more time on the clock. We're not quite over yet. We're 2 seconds on the clock. So one last play here. And there's the snap. Fry looking, fires, incomplete, and now we can officially say the game is over. Meadowbrook with a 42-34 victory. And the Colts hang on in yet another barn burner here at Eugene Capers Field, Kyle.
Yeah, I think, again, the magic numbers scoring over 40 the past 3 games. The Meadowbrook scored, they scored over 40. They was able to win. They scored 42 tonight. able to pick up the victory.
Yeah, like you said, 40's been kind of the magic number for the Colts as they hit that 40 mark by scoring 42 points tonight. A great effort on both teams, a hard-fought battle. Really, you hate seeing either team lose as tough as both teams played and as physical as they played. This is what makes Friday Night Football, like you said, so exciting, even for the fans, and definitely the fans have definitely got their money's worth this year in the Colts football. I mean, we had an instant classic with Cambridge a couple weeks ago, and obviously tonight didn't let us down either.
Again, we said at the very beginning of the game, it's going to be a hard-fought game. Riverview's always tough, and they proved that again here tonight.
So looking at the final scoring, we'll look down through the scoring. Riverview started off with Fry with a 3-yard touchdown run. Then the Colts responded right back with a Hupp to Mail 5-yard touchdown pass to make it 6-6 as both teams failed on their extra point attempt. For Meadowbrook in the second quarter, Josh Hupp powered in from 1 yard out. Morrison made the extra point to make it a 13-7 game. Riverview responded with a big 4th down conversion on a 35-yard touchdown pass from Fry to Samsel. The 2-point conversion was good, and Riverview led 14-13 with 4:35 left in the second quarter. Then some excitement happened here late in the second quarter as Caden Casey with 1:20 to go had an 11-yard touchdown run. Morrison made the extra point to make it 20-14. And as time expired, Riverview was able to get it in the end zone one more time. Fry 7 yards to Samsel. Samsel had the Wildcat 2-point run to give Riverview a stunning 22-20 halftime lead. Start the third quarter, Riverview started the scoring on a Mobley 4-yard touchdown run. The 2-point failed, and they had a 28-20 lead, Riverview did, with 9:11 left in the third quarter. With 7:10 to go, just over 2 minutes later, Caden Casey raced in from 16 yards. He scored on a 2-point conversion run as well and tied the game up. It's 28-28 with 2:23 left in the third. Hupp powered in the end zone again from 1 yard. The kick was no good, but the Colts led 34-28. Then in the fourth quarter, Josh Hupp maybe had one of the best runs of the year as he powered his way and may have had his shoes untied and taken off, but he was able to fall into the end zone for the 43-yard touchdown run. A little, I want to say it was a trick PAT play that ended up being a 2-point conversion. Launder, the holder, finds an open Ty Griffith, along with there was 2 Meadowbrook guys open there. Griffith was the one who caught it to make it 42-28. Riverview ended the scoring on a 3-yard touchdown run from Mobley. Their 2-point pass failed, and that's your scoring for tonight. 42-34 Meadowbrook victory. And what's your final thoughts and observations here from tonight's action, Kyle?
I just think, again, this being a fair week, you know, the kids were remote learning here from Meadowbrook. I just think the first half you saw that with all the flags, and once they got to halftime, Coach Norman was able to speak to the gang and able to clean all that up. And I think the second half, they played a lot better ball than what they did the first half.
Yeah, and then, like you said, a fair week, it's always kind of a jump ball as far as how the kids are thinking, where they're at mentally. They're kind of thinking they want to be out at the fair, running around with their friends, and obviously, hey, you're off tomorrow, so you can go ahead and do that tomorrow afternoon. Go enjoy the Ryan Robinette concert. I'm sure Caleb Graham, who is not in attendance tonight because he's probably out at the fair tonight doing stuff, we'll have all kinds of video for that. Obviously, for Meadowbrook, their offense is continuing to click. I mean, like we said, the magic number's 40. I think Coach Norman's happy with that number, but giving up 34 points, he probably wants the defense to maybe step up and make some crucial plays and maybe create some more turnovers. And because Riverview definitely did a good job on the offensive end, and not to say that they weren't good, but definitely not the yardage that Coach Norman wanted to give up tonight.
just as, you know, like you're saying, Coach Norman, I think did a great job coming in this week. It's always tough. You know, the kids are showing pigs, cows at the fair, and it's just really tough. And it just throws off everybody's mentality, you know, not being in school. And like I said, I just think it showed the first half tonight. And Coach Norman, again, was able to rally the troops after halftime, and they came out and played better ball. You know, Casey is running hard and it's hard to stop. Hupp was running hard and hard to stop. And I just think as it goes back to Meadowbrook football is be able to run it hard-nosed and gain positive yards instead of negative yards. It seemed like the first half is all negative yards, personal fouls or holdings, and they shot themselves in the foot, so to speak. So once they cleaned that up, it was definitely a better ball game in the second half, and I think you could see that by the product and then pulling out the win.
Yep, so that's going to do it for here tonight for us. Kyle, appreciate you filling in for Strasser. I know he has some big shoes to fill, and you did a wonderful job as my color analyst, and I had to slide over to the big boy chair and run the ship. Hopefully I did okay. I didn't mess up too much, I don't think, but your final score from Byesville, the Meadowbrook Colts 42 to improve to 4-1 on the year. Riverview 34. Thanks and enjoy the rest of your weekend.